That is correct, people. We are back. Back once again, and I gotta tell you, not too pleased as a Knicks fan right now with the performance that we were delivered with yesterday. Now, I don't think it was as sky is falling as I've seen some other people try to put out there, but we're going to keep it moving. We're going to keep it moving forward. We do have our New York Knicks coverage tomorrow, so I'm not going to spend too much time on that, but I will say it is the game we covered last night. It is the game I'm obviously most emotionally invested in, and it bothered me. But here today, very interesting coverage because we have the Cleveland Cavaliers with the new addition of James Harden. Mobley is out tonight. That sucks, Jeff. Thank you for the update, brother. If you see anything else, let me know as we're going through it. Obviously, we're going to start with the Cleveland Cavaliers here, the team on the road, and of course, we will start with their best player, and that is Donovan Mitchell. Even after their trade of James Harden, obviously, Donovan Mitchell's still the clear better player, especially at this point in their career with James Harden now pushing 37. Either way, Mobley being out tonight is a bit of a bummer. Would have been a better matchup if Mobley was available, obviously. Still want to see what Harden, Mobley with Donovan Mitchell active as well. All looks like fully formed. Let me know, Jeff, has Mobley played with Harden yet? Because this is a really obviously interesting team this year with the Darius Garland trade for James Harden. The Cavs become way more interesting than they used to be. Ty Eagles, what's up, Ty? Big Rud, what's up, Big Rud? Daniel Berry Sports, what's up, Daniel? Little bit of an earlier start time today at 7 p.m., so about a 7:10 tip-off. So let's go ahead, let's dive into it. Donovan Mitchell, the best player in the team, we already know this. Mobley played last night. I see. What was that dynamic like, Jeff? Let me know. What'd you see? Obviously, it looked good. Weren't they playing the Brooklyn Nets or something? So, right, it was always going to look good against the Brooklyn Nets. So maybe that's a silly question. So we're just going to have to wait and see some more games for the Cavs so that Mobley, Harden, and Mitchell can build that chemistry. But either way, no Mobley tonight. Should still be a fun game. I'm really looking forward to it. Obviously, we know that the last time we got to watch the Charlotte Hornets play, we had the fight of all fights, the fight of the year, a heavyweight bout. The Charlotte Hornets took on the Detroit Pistons, and they were swinging. Literally, it came down to the point where both teams were swinging at each other. It was incredibly entertaining to watch. Jeff said, I missed most of it. Looked good, though. I would expect it to look good. I just remembered that they played the Brooklyn Nets, who are terrible. So it would have been worse if they didn't look good. Big Rud, what's up, Big Rud? Yesterday was just y'all goofing around. Now here comes winning out the rest of the season. I mean, hope so, man. I mean, I'm not, like I said, the sky is not doom and gloom for me. The sky is not falling. It was very upsetting. It is very annoying. But you did lose to them 3 times in very decisive factor. And the last one came where you were fully healthy and they were missing 2 of their 4 best players, 5 best, however you wanted to define Stewart. I would say 2 of their maybe even 3 best players, but that might be going too far. All-Star Thompson's really good. I'm really high on All-Star Thompson. But either way, Isaiah Stewart's really important, really valuable for them. Their other guy that was out was their All-Star, and they still waxed the floor with the Knicks on the back of Cade Cunningham. So either way, let's not dwell on the past. Let's not dwell on last night. Expect Mobley to play Sunday, though. We might cover the Sunday game. We'll go through the schedule as well. We'll see how much time we have before we get to the pregame here. Also, it is not the national television game here today, so it will just be a regular League Pass game. And we can watch League Pass on Amazon Prime, which is a better option overall than having to watch it on NBA.com. But that does mean we have to go all the way over here. There we go. And it is our first game of the night, so there we go. So let's start it with Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell, the best player on the team, without a doubt, no question. And I think it was always Donovan Mitchell's team, obviously, but there was a little bit of a push and pull considering that Mobley and Garland were here before Donovan Mitchell arrived in the trade. It was obviously Donovan Mitchell's team, but there was, like I said, a little bit of a push and pull between those guys. Not in a like, I don't like you, you don't like me kind of thing, but just in a, hey man, don't forget, I'm the guy who helped turn this thing around too, you know? And now with James Harden here, it's just like, well, James Harden's already accomplished whatever has wanted to accomplish. So he's not too concerned. He's very ready and willing to share the ball, at least the way it appears right now. We could say this about every single time James Harden has joined a new team. It's been the same story every single time. We'll see what happens as the season progresses and as it continues. And then we'll see what the health looks like because for whatever reason, it always seems like teams like this end up breaking down, unfortunately. Either way, Donovan Mitchell is having a fantastic season, as always. Donovan Mitchell, very consistent with the rest of his career. About 29, 4.5, 6. These are updated stats, by the way. 3.1 turnovers. You guys know how I feel about over 3 turnovers per game. Not the worst thing in the world, but I'm still side-eyeing you a little bit because it's over 3. 49% from the field is excellent. 38, we'll round up. 38% from three-point range is excellent as well. Donovan Mitchell doing what Donovan Mitchell does. This is what Donovan Mitchell does every single time down the court. Evan Mobley, we have just been informed. Evan Mobley's not playing today for whatever reason. I'm pretty sure it's rest, right, Jeff? Just coming back from the injury. You don't want to push it too far. Foompe, what's up, Foompe? Stop your like because you cover games outside of the Knicks. As always, brother, yes, sir. So just, injury management stuff with Mobley. He's a big man. He's just coming back. You don't want to rush him. So he played last night. This is the second night of it back-to-back. Don't want to push it. I fully understand that, but was really looking forward to the Mobley matchup just because the Hornets are good. Cavs are good. Want to see two good teams go at it. Now, it'll be a very good, very interesting game. Otherwise, Cavs are getting that just traded for player boost because they just traded for James Harden. We know this. And at first I contemplated whether or not we were going to take the player graphics and change the color scheme of it to match the rest of the team, right? Makes sense. They're now on the team. But I actually really like the different color schemes. We'll see it because the Cavs were active at the deadline. They did trade for a couple of other players that are part of the rotation. So we'll get to them as well. But I actually really like the player cards being different colors as we go through. It adds a little bit of a dynamic. Anyway, either way, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day, right? James Harden now probably slides in as the second 2A, 2B, along with Mobley. Again, we're going to have to see more Mobley and James Harden together. Either way, James Harden comes over, and he's good. He's always been good. He's, 36 years old, has been the same James Harden he has been for the past, 8 years at this point, 9, 6 years since he hit his 30s and started the downtrend a little bit. Obviously, not the peak of his powers the way he was before, but 25 a game, 8 turnovers, 3.6 over 3.5. I'm looking at you. I'm not even looking at you sideways. I'm lambasting you. Over 3.5 is way too many. But at 3.6, he's right at that cusp. If he could knock down those turnovers just a little bit, now he's playing with a team with a couple of other ball handlers outside of James Harden, whereas the LA Clippers really just had him and Kawhi Leonard and then not a whole lot else on that team in terms of ball handling responsibilities. And so now he could probably get off the ball a little bit more. We've already, at least I have, seen a little bit of that, him playing off ball, getting some catch and shoot opportunities, playing off of Donovan Mitchell. And then they have other guys as well, and we'll get to guys that they traded for. But James Harden doing exactly what he's always done. Expect some of these percentages to rise. 42 from the field is not great, and 35 from three-point range is pretty decently below. Actually, not. I could look up what his career average is, but he's definitely a little bit of a better three-point shooter than this. A lot of his shots, obviously, throughout his career have come off the dribble. But now on the Cavs, should be getting a lot more catch-and-shoot opportunities as well as his usual off-the-dribble ones. But excuse me, James Harden should still be getting his regular on-ball opportunities as he always has, right? Jared Allen is the guy who has been taking up his play. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Jared Allen has been on a little bit of a hot streak as of late. Better late than never for Jared Allen, who's had a little bit of a tumultuous season this year where he's kind of been in and out in terms of his impact on the game. Jeff Brown said Dennis Schroeder and Ellis. Yeah, we'll get to them, Jeff, absolutely. They're very important acquisitions for the Cavs this season. But Jared Allen has been absolutely spectacular for the Cavs as of late. He's been dominating. Yes, he has. Counting stats aren't going to blow you away because he's had a little bit of a down season this year, but he has been playing well as of late. 14.5 points per game, 8.3 rebounds, 2 assists, nothing to write home about with those stats, along with the field goal percentage, 62, 73.5 from the foul line and whatnot. But with the acquisition of James Harden, one of, if not the best, well, not the best, but one of top 3, 4 pick and roll players in the NBA, even better than Darius Garland and obviously much healthier at this point in their careers. James Harden is going to make Jared Allen look like an all-star again. He's going to help ease the burden that Evan Mobley has had in terms of having Evan Mobley be doing a lot of on-ball creation. Suns Jen, what's up, Suns Jen? How's your day going? Hope all is well in the chat. Day's gone well. Day's gone well. A lot of contemplation about what happened, what we witnessed last night, and the domination of Detroit over New York. But other than that, doing well. Twilson, what's up, Twilson? Jared Allen, very key, important piece to see how much chemistry he can build up with James Harden going into the playoffs. It is going to be an important key factor going, just as much as like the Donovan Mitchell, James Harden contributions and chemistry is important. I think it's even more important for Harden, Allen, and Mobley. Harden and the two bigs is far more of an important chemistry build to me because Donovan Mitchell, he doesn't need the gravity of James Harden in order to be effective. And James Harden doesn't need the gravity of Donovan Mitchell to be effective. So honestly, they could play a little bit of your turn, my turn type of basketball and still find ways to be effective, but it's more so about building the chemistry between the two bigs because the two bigs operate best when, number one, operating out of the pick and roll, but two, operating with a guy who can get them the ball in a spot where they can be most effective. Having Mobley have to create out of the high post or out of the top of the key or outside the three-point line was always tough. It was a leap they were hoping he was going to make this season. It did not happen. Then hoping Garland would come back and help ease the pain as a pick and roll ball handler did not happen because Garland never really got healthy this season. As a matter of fact, he's pretty much been ruled out for the Clippers. But Jared Allen definitely needs a guy to give him the ball. And as good as Donovan Mitchell is, and he's a good passer, he's not the kind of guy to consistently set up his big men. And that's where James Harden comes in because James Harden can always do that. Right? He doesn't always choose to, but he can always do that. Suns Justin, I'm choosing to focus on the debut of the floating head part, not so much the other part. We will do a full floating head stream. We might do it tomorrow. It's definitely going to be I'm going to phrase it as something funny. I'll tell you that. If I do decide to do it, but we'll see. It is a little bit of a monkey suit to get in, I'll tell you that. It's sitting right here. It's ready. It's still sitting on the desk. I have not moved it yet. I can make my whole arm disappear. It's hilarious. Honestly, one of the best purchases I've ever made in my entire life. I don't know why it took me so long to get it. Either way, Keon Ellis, yes, coming over from the Sacramento Kings. I love the purple mixed in with the Cavs colorway. Keon Ellis, I wrote down here probably David Oz Jr. What's up, David? I wrote probably the best summation I could describe Keon Ellis's career so far. The advanced stats, always like Ellis, but he's never really gotten a fair shake as a part of the Kings rotation. Cavs are now looking to take advantage of Ellis' skill set. The advanced stats love his defense, and they love his gravity as a three-point shooter. His three-point percentage is only 36%, but again, hasn't really gotten a fair shake either under Mike Brown or under Doug Christie this year as a part of legitimate part of the rotation where the advanced stats tell you this guy should definitely be playing a lot, if not even a part of the starting rotation. Now, he's not going to be I don't think, is going to be a part of the starting rotation here with the Cavs, but he's going to be, at least projected-wise, going to be such an integral part. He's an elite point of attack defender. He can knock down the threes, really great in transition. As a finisher, as a shooter, and as a spacer, really smart, intuitive player. Also really handsy, can be a playmaker defensively. Really important player for this team. And I'm going to be interested to see Keon Ellis actually get an opportunity to play as a legitimate part of a team's rotation, right? Get over to Max Strus, who still remains out. Any updates on Max Strus, guys? As a matter of fact, let me pull up the Cavs injury report because sometimes, though, even if he's not playing, they will put out an update on him. He's been cleared for contact as of February 18th, so 2 days ago, coming out of the All-Star break. He's cleared for contact, so should be on his way. He's yet to play this year. He's incredibly important to what they do. I think he is a huge part of why they had such a up and down start to the season. And honestly, him coming back with all of the acquisitions that they made is just going to make the Cavs even more deadly. I think the Cavs are better right now. Well, when Max Strus comes back, they'll be better. When Max Strus comes back and he gets back into the flow of things and he's 100% healthy, the Cavs will be better than they were last year when they won 60-plus games. I think that team just hit a groove and hit a confidence level that was really tough to stop. I actually think it's really reminiscent of the Pistons this year. The Pistons are great, don't get me wrong. They are definitely, without a doubt, one of the best teams in the NBA and should be treated as so. But they're hitting a groove in their regular season where the confidence is so sky high, where Javonte Green has been a knockdown three-point shooter in certain aspects. Cade Cunningham, three-point shooting is starting to come around, which is really dangerous for the rest of the league. That guy's really hitting MVP levels. And, going all around the horn with that team, where guys are just kind of playing above expectations this year. And maybe we just have to reset their expectations. But, there's a little bit of playing above your level right now in entirety with the team of the Pistons, where the Cavs, to start the season, were playing under the expectation and have sort of resurfaced back. So much so that they're tied for the 3 seed with the Knicks at this point, right? So great comeback from the Cavs. They stayed the course. They improved their team, shuffled everything around at the deadline there, and here they are. With a win today, they can not lock up, but they can secure the 3 seed all by themselves. We get to the other guy they acquired at the deadline there, Dennis Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder has bounced around to a million teams, obviously, throughout his career. But part of the reason why he's been on so many teams and why he remains in the NBA is because he's always a sought-after. He's a really just good backup guard. If you're looking for a backup guard, you don't really have one, go get Dennis Schroeder. He's going to be really good for you. Can handle the ball. He's a good point of attack defender. He's feisty. Doesn't turn the ball over a ton. Can knock down a shot or two. He's only shooting 40% from the field and 32% for three-point range, but he was playing on the Kings, which were a terrible team. But overall, 12 points, 5 assists for a guy coming off the bench. That's incredible for the Cavs to swoop in and get that alongside of getting Keon Ellis. I thought that steal, I said it at the time. You guys were asking me, a lot of Cavs fans, Jeff Brown, Froley and Moreno came into the chat. They were asking me about this specific deal of Schroeder and Ellis for DeAndre Hunter. And I was like, I think that is an absolute steal. Never really thought DeAndre Hunter was that good, and you were able to move off of him and his contract to pick up 2 really underrated players in Schroeder and Ellis, who not only fit in really well with what you're looking to do in terms of still spacing the court, but Ellis is he's a much better defender than Hunter was, and even though Hunter is bigger and longer, Ellis is just a better matchup in situations where you would normally go to Hunter. Hunter was always a bad defender. I think they absolutely stole these 2 guys who just add to their depth, and they're a much better team today than they were before the deadline. Way better, even putting aside the Harden deal. David House Jr. said, trying to keep positive tonight, but we got trouble in Gotham. There is some trouble brewing for sure. Can't ignore it. I said it earlier, David. I don't think the sky's falling. I'm not at that point. I was a little bit surprised not that surprised actually, but going around the internet and going to my usual Knicks people and just kind of watching their reactions and their content that they were putting out, and I was like, obviously it's not good and it's bad and we should be concerned. I don't think the sky. That went down, so I just want to make sure we're still good. Are we good? Did the captain deserve the max? That's a tough question, Jeff. That is a tough question. Does he deserve the max? Yes. Should you give, by the time he's going to be eligible for, he's going to be, 31, 32? Small point guard? The max? That's tough. I mean, you give it to him out of obligation, but you're setting yourself back by doing it, right? We'll see. Someone just said glitch in the matrix there. Yeah, it came up on my monitor too, where it's like suddenly it just stopped. The 2 softwares you use to connect to stream just stopped communicating with each other real quick, so that was weird. But we're back. Drummer Manny, what's up, Drummer Manny? We're back, yes sir. Back like we never left. We are back for sure, and we got a good one tonight. Dean Wade's just really solid wing for them. He's actually going to become significantly more important now that they traded DeAndre Hunter, because he's going to slide into that role for them in terms of being a 3-and-D guy. Now, 35% for three-point range. He has been shooting it better as the season's gone on. He started off slow, and he's been slowly getting better as the season's gone on. But I do think he's taken a bit of a leap this season in terms of his defense. He was more of a interior-based player who could step out and shoot the 3, more of like a power forward who could shoot the 3. Now acts a little bit more like a small forward. David House Jr. said no max for Brunson. It's going to be awkward if he asked for the full max. Now, he didn't say that. He didn't say he wanted the full max or anything like that. He did say, I gave back to the organization. I took a pay cut. I expect them to take care of me on the back end on this next one. So he didn't say give me the max, but he did say take care of me. He's not going to give us another pay cut, right? He's not going to give us another deal, which is fine, but it's just obviously going to come down to the money and what's going to be available. Now, the Knicks can go into the second apron. When you are competing for a championship, every team should be like, okay, you have like a 2-year run. Because after that, then the penalties start coming in after 2 years of it. After the 2-year or at the trade deadline in that 2-year, you have to start getting out of the second apron. The Celtics did it. Celtics went into the second apron when they won the championship for that team. And then they re-signed everybody back to run it back the next year. And then when they lost, they were like, all right, sell everybody. Because you go into the second apron to keep the team alive and keep competing, and then you sell everybody off and try to rebuild on the fly from there. So we'll see how the Knicks manage that. That is far into the future. We'll see what happens. Obviously, if this summer ends or if this playoff run ends nasty, even if they get to like a finals or whatnot, we're going to be looking at a really, really interesting offseason. But that is for the offseason. Fung Pei said, I thought I had experienced temporal displacement. Crazy. Dean Wade's solid. His importance to this team takes even more value. His importance to this team becomes even more important because of the departure of DeAndre Hunter. Larry Nance Jr. has kind of been in and out of the rotation due to his health this season, but he is also important as a big man who can stretch out from three-point range. Jeff Brown said HR came back last night too. Who's HR? Hunter? Jalen Tyson. There's not much to say about Larry Nance Jr. He's cool. He's solid. He's good. Jalen Tyson has been the thing that honestly kept their... Oh, Dean Wade. Gotcha. David said Giannis summer. Yeah. I told you guys at the start of the year when all the Giannis rumors were starting up, and I was like, they're not making that trade in season. It's too difficult. They don't have the package to do so. But if they don't reach the places that they expect to reach, like if they don't even get to a conference finals this season, or they don't get to an NBA, even if they get to a conference finals and they lose again, definitely expect the Giannis thing to really heat up in the offseason. Especially if Giannis is, if the Knicks really start to pursue and they go to Giannis and they go under the table and they go, hey man, force it, so you can come to New York. I could definitely see it happening for sure. Either way, Jalen Tyson was the guy, in my opinion, that, along with Donovan Mitchell, obviously. But Donovan Mitchell can't do it alone. He needed a guy alongside of him. And Jalen Tyson was right there to step in. This number is absolutely insane. We are 50-plus games into the season. He's shooting 47% from three. You want to talk about a guy's confidence leading the way? This will probably be his career high from three-point range. 47% is insane. 14 a game. We were able to watch the Cavs versus 76ers game a couple of weeks ago where Jalen Tyson had his career high, 30 whatever points, 38 or something like that, 39, something like that. Almost 40. It wasn't 40 though. But he was fantastic in that game, and he's been fantastic all year long. In his second season, 14 points per game, 5.4 rebounds, 2.3 assists, even doing a little bit of everything, by the way. It's not just the fact that the three-point shot is going down. He's driving it in, he's making shots, he's shooting over 50% from the floor. A lot of that obviously has to do with the fact that he can't miss from three. He's almost 50% from three. He's been phenomenal. But the defense has been really solid. Again, the departure of Hunter, guys like Tyson, guys like Dean Wade, guys like Larry Nance Jr. will take a step up. Obviously, when Max Strus gets back, him as well will take a step up in terms of their importance and where they're positioned defensively. Guarding wings, who are, some of the more difficult players to guard in the NBA. So, also the fact that he doesn't really turn it over. He doesn't ball handle a lot, but in doing so, you should not be turning it over, and he doesn't, which is always good to see. David said this Cavs team is dangerous. They are better when Max Strus comes back. They will be better than they were last year when they won 60-plus games. This Cavs team is very, very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. Sam Merrill is the last guy we're going to talk about. He is available to play today. He has also, like a lot of Cavs players this year, been dealing with injuries, been in and out of the lineup. He's also incredibly important, kind of like Max Strus. Spreads it out to the three-point line. When you have a 47% three-point shooter in Sam Merrill on one side of the court, and you have a 47% three-point shooter in Jalen Tyson on the other side of the court, boy, oh boy, is it very difficult to guard Donovan Mitchell or James Harden or both of them. And that is the beauty of having shooting on your team, where it's like, how do you guard that if you have Donovan Mitchell? Nana Ka, what's up, Nana? Sam was hot against the Wizards before the break. He's been fantastic, man. He's been fantastic. Absolutely. I don't know why that keeps not communicating properly, but that's very annoying. I apologize about that. What's up, Nana? Nana Ka. Now we get to the Charlotte Hornets. We've covered one Charlotte Hornet game outside of them playing the New York Knicks this season. And it was the game before the All-Star break where the Charlotte Hornets took on the Detroit Pistons, and it was a very, very entertaining game, obviously. Punches were thrown. Suspensions were handed out. So LaMelo Ball is the best player on the team. He leads the way. Without LaMelo, none of it really makes sense, even as good as Knuepple is, even as good as Brandon Miller has been. LaMelo Ball is the engine that makes everything work. Even though the efficiency is bad, even though the turnovers are high, although they are on their way down. They're at 3. They might even get below 3 before the end of the season. That would be incredible for him. Joseph Taylor, what's up, Joseph? Finally doing my Cavs game. Awesome. Yes, sir, Joseph. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This should be the best game on here tonight. I'm looking forward to it. Before we get too deep into the weeds here with the Hornets, we do have what? We have about 5 minutes to go. We can run right through it. The Hornets don't have too many guys that we're going to cover here. Really just the top 3 or 4 guys are the main guys we want to cover. But real quick, let's take a look at their injury list. Grant Williams is going to be rested. We can leave out. Kobe White is also out. That was unfortunate. Kobe White, I believe, was listed as a game-time decision, but he is now listed as out. Really unfortunate. We're still waiting on Kobe White to make his debut here with the Charlotte Hornets. But here we go. Foong Pei, what's up, Foong Pei? AP, what's up, AP? Unlike the New York Knicks, finally got a good game. Finally got a good game tonight. Absolutely. Absolutely, AP. We definitely have a good game tonight, unlike last night. LaMelo, 19, 5, and 7.5. Again, even despite the lack of efficiency from LaMelo's game, the fact that he is such an erratic player helps, one, his ability to get downhill and get into the paint. And again, it is getting better as the season's gone on. 40% from the field is actually up from where he started the season. 36% from 3 is actually much further up than where he started the season. And 3 turnovers is way down from where he started the season and where he's been throughout his career. It's been 3.5 and higher. He's now down to 3, and it's been going down as of late, especially since they went on that 9-game winning streak. So they are coming off a loss, so that's 2 losses in a row. They obviously lost to the Pistons before the break, lost their last game coming back. Now they played tonight against the Cavs, another tough matchup. Still no Kobe White, which is really unfortunate for them. Brandon Miller is the second guy drafted to this team, obviously, that is supposed to be a foundational piece of building block, 20.5 points per game. Since coming back from the injury, he's really starting to line it up. He's looking like Brandon Miller again, even better so. Best stretch of his career so far. He is only in his 3rd season now. 4.7 boards, 3.4 assists. That's a little bit of everything. But obviously still getting better. Under 3 turnovers is nice. 2.7 is a little high for only 3.4, but young player, still growing, not much of a playmaker. 35.5% from three-point range and only going up, and 42% from the field, and again, only going up since a really slow start. He was trying to come back from the injury, didn't start the year healthy, now coming back. And he has been slowly but surely getting better and better and better and better to the point now where he's really good, really dangerous. Oda Austin, what's up, Oda? Knicks had an embarrassing loss yesterday. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Mo Hunted, what's up, Mo? We beat Atlanta before the All-Star break. Did you beat Atlanta before the All-Star break? So you are losers of 2 of your last 3. But they have been playing extremely well as of late. So this is another important game for them. They obviously trying to stay in that hunt for the play-in and trying to maybe even battle out of that play-in. Definitely possible on the table right now for the Hornets, but they got to continue to play good basketball here. And a lot of that has to do with Knuepple. These are their 3 top guys. Knuepple, 18.8 points per game as a rookie. This number is the most insane one as a rookie, 43.2. Oh my goodness, this is insane. That is an insane number for a rookie. Let's also pull the game up so we could be ready to go whenever they tip it off. But Knuepple has the fact that he was always viewed as the most NBA-ready guy. Like, he'll come in and immediately be solid, and then he'll get better as the season goes on. He was always seen that way. But my goodness, I don't think anybody thought he was, as the TV's that loud. My goodness. Shut up. Oh, that's because it's not the TV. My apologies. My apologies. As you guys could hear the start of the game. Here we go. All right, now that that's over, Knuepple has been phenomenal. 48% from the field, 43% from three-point range, with 19, 5.5, 3.6. If Cooper Flagg wasn't in this draft, boy, oh boy, we'd be looking at Rookie of the Year right here. And maybe he still might get it because Cooper Flagg is now out with injury, and if he doesn't hit the 65-game minimum, the award's going to go to Knuepple, his teammate at Duke. How they didn't win a national championship is always going to be beyond me. But either way. Kobe White, unfortunately, is a really big part of this team, and he has yet to make his Charlotte Hornets debut, still out with injury. He's been injured all season, but we know what he's capable of. And it's going to be a really important dynamic when he comes to the Hornets here. James Harden, Donovan Mitchell, Dean Wade, Sam Merrill, and Jared Allen in the starting lineup for the Cavs, by the way. But his ball handling, his IQ, his downhill driving, something that this Charlotte Hornets team is lacking heavily. Lamelo is really the only guy who can get into the paint with his ball handling off of a one-on-one or even off of screens. Brandon Miller is not very good at doing it. Knuepple still not very good at doing it yet. And so having Kobe White on this team, he's just kind of a better version of Sexton. And Sexton was very much a guy who did that. Zion James in the starting lineup along with Kalkbrenner for the suspended Diabate, and Grant Williams is out with rest today, coming off the ACL injury. Miles Bridges is also out because he's not in the starting lineup. That's unfortunate because he's a jack-of-all-trades type of player. He's also suspended. I forgot. He is also suspended. True. It's funny they're not on the injury report, but I go to the injury report to see who's out anyway. Miles Bridges is out with the suspension for the Pistons fight. He is a jack-of-all-trades, master of none. The three-point shooting is erratic, but he is also the kind of guy who brings a spark and energy to this team. And so without him, we'll see how they can survive without his size and his skill set. Diabate also out, like we talked about. Grant Williams also out, like we talked about. So Hornets actually missing a lot of players. Trey Mann is an erratic player. Have not loved the season Trey Mann's had. Stats down across the board. Shooting splits terrible so far this year. It's not looked good. Tajon Salon has also been out. Hopefully he plays today. Really looking forward to Tajon Salon. Holy leap. I wrote it down here. I've been a big fan of his and was really disappointed with his rookie season, but either way, looking forward to him. Ryan Kalkbrenner gets to start today, and here we go. We're getting ready for the tip. Right on time, kind of. Had to rush it down the stretch there, but we're here. Here we go. The Cavs win the tip. Sam Merrill has it and gets it over to Jared Allen. Jared Allen, they leave him wide open in the mid-range. He just turns and fires and knocks it down. That's a confident Jared Allen right there. Don't leave me open. Knuepple gets it over to Brandon Miller. Miller gets back to Knuepple. Knuepple left wing, pump fakes, driving to his left, down the lane, baseline, fall away jumper over Wade, in and out, can't get it to go, battle for the rebound. Kalkbrenner knocks it out, saves the possession, and they get it out to Brandon Miller for a wide open three, and he gets it going for the Charlotte Hornets here. It's 3-2. Mitchell bringing it down. They get over to Allen. Allen attacking Kalkbrenner, stops, spins, pump fake, steps through, off glass, can't get it to go, but that's because he got fouled by Kalkbrenner. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. AP said, the Cavs win tonight and the Knicks drop to 4. Yes, the Cavs and the Knicks are tied for the 3 seed right now, technically. And with a win tonight, the Cavs will jump into sole possession of the 3, and the Knicks will drop to 4. Jared Allen knocks down his first free throw. He's got another one coming. Jared Allen knocked down the first one. He's got one more coming. And Jared Allen knocks down both. Sam Merrill in the starting lineup over Jalen Tyson is interesting to me. Very interesting to me. They get over to Zion James. James, cross-court pass, Lamelo ball, right wing, pump fakes. Now he's going to dance with it against Dean Wade. Pulls it back out, gets it out to James. They swing it around to Knuepple. Knuepple up top being guarded by Merrill. They lob it over to James. They kick it out Brandon Miller. Another open three. And another knockdown shot for Brandon Miller. Back-to-back threes for Brandon Miller, giving them 6 points. First 2 shots of the game go to Miller. Donovan Mitchell up top. Coming to his right off a double screen. They're trying to stick with him. James stops, fall away, mid-range jumper for Donovan Mitchell. Gets fouled. Shot was way off, but that's because he was fouled. He's going to the foul line for 2 free throws. 10:30 to go here in the first quarter. Still early, obviously. Still early. President Goomba, my guy Joey DeLuca. What's up, Joey? He said it's Joey DeLuca. I got you, brother. I got you. Had to stop by and say what's up, real one. Absolutely, Joey. Absolutely. Disappointing night last night, but there's always good basketball on. What we're going to have to start doing as well is looking to see what college games are on as well. If we got a good college game, we might forego NBA coverage for college games. Obviously, the Knicks will always take precedent. We'll always cover the Knicks before anything else. But college games are starting to heat up, man. LaMelo Ball has it on the right wing, dance with it against Merrill, gets it over to Kalkbrenner, down low to Miller, pump fakes, trying to pull it out. Donovan Mitchell ends up picking his pocket. He did knock down both free throws, by the way, so it's 6-5. Mitchell on the left wing, attacking James, goes up along the baseline, leaves it off for Jared Allen, and a big one-handed hammer in the paint for Jared Allen. And the Cavs off, running and gunning. Brandon Miller, pocket pass to Kalkbrenner. Kalkbrenner responds with a dunk of his own. Not as flashy or flamboyant as Jared Allen's, but a dunk of his own for sure. And these two teams going back and forth to start. Harden has it at the foul line. First time I called his name tonight. 2 minutes into the game, James Harden. They get it over to Allen. Hits a cutting Sam Merrill. Great pass for Jared Allen. Great cut from Sam Merrill. Bad defense from the Hornets. 9-8. These teams going back and forth here. Miller gets it over to Kalkbrenner. Kalkbrenner up top. Gets it to Miller. Come back door. Steps, tries to slip across the lane. Good defense from the Cavs, forcing him to kick it out to Lamelo Ball. He has it up top, being guarded by Donovan Mitchell. Blows past him. Puts up the layup. Can't get the layup to go, but he did get fouled by Mitchell, so he's going to go to the foul line for 2 with 9:30 to go here. Avey said, when they lose in May, I want Leon and Mike Brown fired. Leon Rose will not be fired, brother. Mike Brown probably won't be fired because he was just hired, but only way I could see Mike Brown getting fired is if there's a clear-cut, better coach on the market than Mike Brown. But I got to tell you, the Mike Brown personality is starting to wear thin on me as well. Can you stop smiling on the sideline while your team's getting pounded into the ground, brother? I'd very much appreciate that. Tell you that. LaMelo knocks down both of his free throws. Harden gets it over to Allen. Allen up top. Fakes the hand. Nope, gets it over to Harden. Harden off the handoff, driving to his left. Tried to shovel it down low to Jared Allen. He did get it to him. Allen goes up and gets the finish somehow. A lot of contact, no foul call, but he did get the basket. Here comes LaMelo bringing it down the other way. Melo up top, picks up his handle. Good hedge out from Harden, forcing him to give it up to Kalkbrenner. Kalkbrenner back to LaMelo. LaMelo swings it out to Miller. Miller being guarded by Merrill. Back to Ball. Ball catches, pump fakes, sidestep, dancing with it. Bullet pass inside to Miller. Turns and fires. Can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Kalkbrenner knocks it out, but right to Sam Merrill. Merrill bringing it down. Has it up top, picks up his handle. Ball's knocked loose, but Allen has it. They get it over to Merrill, now over to Harden. Harden up top, coming to his right. Ball switched onto him. Coming to his right off an Allen screen. Tough screen from Allen. Ball hits the floor. They swing it out to an open Merrill after LaMelo got erased from the play. But he can't get the open three to go. Knuepple with the rebound. Knuepple back to Ball. Ball up top. Lobs it down low to Kalkbrenner. He had positioning on Harden. They swing it out. Brandon Miller wide open three. Can't get it to go. Kalkbrenner comes flying. Knuepple comes flying in for the rebound. Excuse me. And then kicks it out to LaMelo. Catches. Pump fakes. Fly by. Kicks it out. Knuepple an open three in the relocation. Got it to go. Reward the guy who saved the possession. Great point guard play from LaMelo Ball there. Donovan Mitchell dancing with it. Gets fouled by Knuepple. But these teams throwing haymakers at each other early here tonight. Anything you can do, I can do better. Responding with a big-time shot himself, Knuepple, out on the left wing. Judge that said Tibbs was a better coach for Cat, but it's a little too late for that now. Yeah, specifically for Cat. For sure. Even just outside of the X's and O's, I'm just kind of getting tired of his personality. Mike Brown, again, I'll say it till the cows come home. Has not had a single technical all year long. Get a technical, dude. Where's the fire? Where's the passion? You want your team to play with fire and passion, and you're not coaching with fire and passion. Brandon Miller has it on the right wing. Cavs missed a floater, by the way, so now Brandon Miller driving it down the other way. Step back, fall away midi. Comes up short. Good defense from the Cavs, forcing a tough shot. 13-11, 7:30 to go. Donovan Mitchell bringing it down. He has it up top. Dancing with it, in and out dribble, driving to his right, mid-range pull-up jumper, in and out, can't get it to go over Miller. Sion James with the rebound, bringing it down the other way. Hit ahead to Knuepple, back to James. James, driving to his left, hands it off to Miller. Miller has it on the left wing, kicks it up top to Ball. Ball being guarded by Harden, driving to his left, blows past the defense, down the lane, draws the foul. Can't get the floater to go, but he will go to the foul line for 2 free throws with 7:14 to go. Suns Jen said, turned the game on and my eyes were not prepared. No, me either, brother. This City Edition court from the Charlotte Hornets is not a pretty sight. And to make it worse, they're playing on this terrible blue court with bright orange jerseys. Horrific sighting. As bad as it can get. Brandon Miller coming out. Josh Green coming in. Trapped in the 90s. What's up, Trapped in the 90s? Lamelo Ball knocked down the first one, knocks down the second one, goes 2 for 2 from the line yet again. And it is 15-11. And the Cavs bringing it down. James Harden has it up top, being guarded by Zion James. Coming to his left off an Allen screen. Dancing with it, pull up three. James Harden, first shot of the game, got it to go down. I said, hold on. Let me calm things down a little bit. LaMelo has it up top, being guarded by Sam Merrill. Coming to his left, picks up his handle, gets it over to Knuepple. Knuepple dancing with it. Coming to his right, now coming to his left. Off the slip screen from James, they swing it out to James, they get it back to Knuepple. Knuepple ran off the line, he's going to sidestep three anyway with the shot clock winding down. Kalkbrenner skying, snags the rebound, kicks it out to James, over to LaMelo, a three, can't get it to go, battle for the rebound, Harden rips it away. Here comes James Harden pushing it down the left side of the court, in and out dribble, coming to his right, gets to the middle, foul line floater, can't get it to go, looking for a foul call, doesn't get it, ball picks it up, shot out of a cannon, bringing it down the other way, swings it out in the corner to Josh Green, jab step, crossing over, good defense from Dean Wade to stay in front, Green then kicks it out the ball in the corner, driving to his left on Schroeder, stops, turns, spins, goes up, floater over him, can't get it to go. Gets his own tip, can't get the tip up and in when he's right in front of the rim by himself. He's looking for a foul call, he doesn't get it, and Schroeder bringing it down, hands it off to Harden. Harden up top, coming to his right, shovels it over to Schroeder. Schroeder stops, shovels it into Allen. Allen flips it up with the right hand, can't get it to go. And a travel on Jared Allen. I was about to say, I don't know if there was a foul there. It wasn't. It was a travel on Jared Allen. And I don't even have the box score up for you guys. And you didn't say anything. You didn't say anything, guys. But we have our first time out of the game, so we can go around the league a little bit here. We are at the halfway point, or just slightly past the halfway point. Under 6 to go here in this first quarter. It's 15-14, a very good game so far. So far, everything's coming up exactly the way we want to see it. The Pacers playing the Wizards again here today. The Wizards beat them the last time. Pacers looking for some monicum of revenge. They're up 11 early, 17-6 here. Actually, it's a win-win either way. I don't think the Wizards are going to drop down to the 8 or 9 and therefore give the pick up to the Knicks. So it's a long shot, but I'm going to root for Wizards wins anyway. Also, I don't want to see the Pacers have a high draft pick, so I would also like to see the Pacers win. Jazz playing the Grizzlies. These are the only 3 games that have tipped off so far. And then as far as the night continues to go on, we got Heat Hawks, which is an interesting one. Got Mavs Timberwolves, but no Cooper Flag, so not nearly as interesting as it should have been. Is highlighted as an ESPN game. Just that's a tank battle, back-to-back games. It's pretty crazy. If they split, then nothing is achieved, right? Then nothing is achieved. So the Wizards won last night. Now they're playing tonight. Again. Salvador Chavez. What's up, Salvador? We have Bucks Pelicans. Not a very interesting game. Obviously, no Giannis. Just that said, retooling the lottery system will be happening soon. Apparently, it will indeed be happening soon. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I think there's some very simple fixes you could do. I also think, and I've been holding on to this one because obviously we've not been able to stream games, so I haven't been able to give this opinion out there. But there's really one thing you can do to completely get rid of tanking in the NBA, and it's if the commissioner had a backbone. If the commissioner had a backbone, there would be no tanking in the NBA. Because all the commissioner would have to do is go to the Utah Jazz and be like, oh, really? You think you're going to sit guys in the fourth quarter? How about this? How about your pick is frozen? You no longer are part of the lottery. Your pick is frozen at 14, and you're removed from the lottery. That's it. You're not involved. Now we're going to draw from 13 teams instead of 14 because you decided to tank. And your punishment is you're out of the lottery. Now you can't participate in it. Right? Guess what? There will be an uproar. People will be upset. People will be angry. But you know what would stop? Tanking. Because Adam Silver will send a message to the other teams. If I see you're tanking, if I see you sitting healthy players in order for you to lose basketball games, guess what? Your pick is frozen. And if you continue to do it, then I'm taking your pick away. Now there's 29 first-round picks. And if you continue to do it, guess what? I'm taking away next year's first-round pick. I'll just continue to hit you with punishments, right? And it's aggressive, and it's over the top for sure. But you know what was aggressive and over the top? When David Stern started suspending people for even taking one step on the court when there were fights, right? Because he wanted to curb fighting. How did he get rid of fighting in the NBA? He just started over penalizing people. The punishments were way too severe. And you know what it did? It made teams and players go, well, I don't really want to get punished, right? So the punishments have to be severe. And guess what? Tanking would stop. All right, let's get back to the game. My tanking, my Adam Silver sucks rant is going to be over for the night. That's it. The Cavs, beautiful ball movement. They ended up with a floater for P.J. Hall down low. Jalen Tyson just subbed into the game, misses a three, knocked out of bounds. And they're going to give it back to the Cavs here. 17-14 now. P.J. Hall's in the game, by the way. P.J. Hall. The Hornets were already thin at center play. And now missing Diabate. Here we go. James Harden driving it down. Off the inbound. Draws the foul. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws here. Does his dad said, I like the last 3-year record counts in the lottery. Yeah, but what if you were bad for 2 years and then you're good for 1 year? And then suddenly you have a really good lottery odds, but you're on the way up, you know? I think it's very simple. I don't think there needs to be a fix. I don't think there needs to be an overhauling of the way we conduct the lottery or the way we keep track of records or freezing the records at a certain point in the regular season so you have no incentive to continue to lose games. I don't think you have to do any of that. I think you just need a backbone, and I think you need to severely punish a team for tanking, right? Overly punish them. And it's going to suck, and teams are going to argue about it, and they're going to say that's not fair, and it's going to be this big story. Same way it was a big story when, and teams will say, well, you cost us our future because we were planning on, being in the lottery, and now you froze our pick at 14. And guess what? The Knicks probably were costed a championship because David Stern decided to suspend like 5 players from the New York Knicks off of one fight when Patrick Ewing took 1 step on the court. Probably cost the Knicks that series, right? Same with the Phoenix Suns. They have that same argument. Cost them that series in the Amari Stoudemire, Steve Nash one, where Steve Nash got bum rushed into the announcer's table. And then a bunch of Suns players got suspended. That was supposed to be the Suns' year. And instead they end up losing that series because they have guys suspended. And it probably cost them an opportunity to compete for a championship. And guess what? It was a overly severe punishment. But you know what teams stopped doing? Fighting and getting up off the bench to escalate situations. Nobody gets off the bench anymore unless you're Isaiah Stewart. Jared Allen draws a foul and gets the layup to go. Hornets really struggling with some of their guys going to the bench here. Dealing with injuries and suspensions is really hurting the depth of the Hornets right now. Tammy, what's up, Tammy? Suns Gent said no lottery, all draft picks randomized. I love the chaos. I do love the chaos. But the talk about like the draft needs to be abolished or the lottery needs to be abolished, or actually it's not even just the lottery that people are like abolish. They're saying abolish the NBA draft, which I just think is really dumb and an idiotic solution to something that is not really that big of a problem at all. And is also one of the most fun parts of basketball, the NBA draft. But I digress. I will maintain that sometimes most of the time these people don't even like basketball, but that's just me. Pro123, what's up, Pro? FF2 Pro, what's poppin', my guy? Said, well, Hornets can get back from suspension and Kobe White back. I think go on a good run again, for sure. Their lack of depth because of the suspensions and some of the injuries really hurting them tonight. I mean, they're having to play P.J. Hall at center, which is unfortunate. Not that it's unfortunate they have to play P.J. Hall, but it's unfortunate that they have to dig so deep into their bench to find playable players. Dennis Schroeder settles for the mid-range jumper. Got it to go over Pat Connaughton. Pat Connaughton, by the way, has to play today. And it is 21-17 now. Zion James has it up top. And then get it over to Brandon Miller. Miller up top. Coming to his left. Driving it down in the paint. Shovels it into Knuepple. Ball knocked out of bounds. Shovels it into P.J. Hall. P.J. Hall and Con Knuepple look similar. But P.J. Hall is a bigger guy. But they look similar. P.J. Hall can't hold on to the ball. It's knocked out of bounds. But they do say it's off of the Hornets. So the ball's going to go back to the Cavs here. Under 4 to go. Come on, timer. Catch up. Under 4 to go here in the first. 21-17. It was a pretty fast-paced start. Now slowing down a little bit. Dennis Schroeder, as both teams are bringing in their bench. Dennis Schroeder up top. They get it over to Mitchell. Back to Schroeder. Schroeder over the top pass to Mitchell. Driving to his right. Down the lane. Floater. Got it to go for Donovan Mitchell. Just too many options for the Cavs so far. A quick 6-point lead built up here by the Cavs. Zion James bringing it down. Hands it off to Miller. Miller on the left wing. Being guarded by Jalen Tyson. Miller coming to his right off the screen. He's got space. Pull up straightaway three. Can't get it to go. He knocked down the first 2 threes of the game. Now missed the last 2. They kick it out. Josh Green, a left corner 3. Josh Green got it to go. Josh Green, a knockdown corner shooter. He's not going to knock him down from the wing or from straight away, but them corners can hit a 3. Jalen Tyson has it on the left wing. Spins off of Connaughton. Connaughton does a good job staying in front of him, forcing him to turn his back yet again, and this time dribbles it off his foot and out of bounds. Ball back to the Hornets. Zion James up top to get over to Hall. P.J. Hall hands it off to Miller. Miller coming to his right. He's got space, driving it down. Gets blocked by Keon Ellis and then saved to Schroeder. There's the value of Keon Ellis come through right there. Schroeder on the left wing. Has it up top. Being guarded by Connaughton. Pump face. Gets it over to Thomas Bryant. Back to Schroeder. Back to Thomas Bryant. And he knocks down the floater. Good 2-man game there between Schroeder and Bryant. 2 journeymen connecting there. Zion James bringing it down against Schroeder. James gets it over to P.J. Hall. Hall has it up top, being guarded by Thomas Bryant. Hands it off to Connaughton. Connaughton down the lane. Inside pass to P.J. Hall. A bad pass from Connaughton. He tries to dive on it, but saved by the Cavs. Tried to kick it out, but they get it to Josh Green. Green, bullet pass inside the Miller. Catches, hop step in the paint. Leans in, got nowhere to go. Kicks it out. Green, a left wing 3. That's not his spot. Misses it way off. Hit the side of the backboard. And now here come the Cavs pushing the other way. Schroeder tried to sneak it inside. Bad decision from him. It's a turnover. They leave it off Miller. Back to Green. Green pump fakes. Driving it down. Crosses over into the paint. Kicks it out to James. Tried to get the other pass to Connaughton, but gets knocked out of bounds by Mitchell. Good heads-up play by Mitchell to jump that passing lane and save the possession as the Cavs were in a scramble mode there. And we're going to get a timeout. Players got to catch their breath. I got to catch my breath, and we can go around the league a little bit as well. 25-20 with under 2 minutes to go here. Game got off to a raucous start and has since slowed down, very much so. Very much so. We have 1:52 exactly, so we'll sync up our timer, then we'll go around the league a little bit. Here we go. So tomorrow is Saturday, by the way. So we can go around the league a little bit, but we can look here. Tomorrow is Saturday. So this is the only game we're going to be doing today. Mostly because these other games on the docket don't look all that intriguing. I mean, you got Nets, Thunder. You got Clippers, Lakers. I mean, the Clippers looked good last night. Not going to lie. But on the second night of a back-to-back, not looking forward to what Kawhi looks like on the second night of a back-to-back. And then you got Nuggets, Blazers. Nuggets starting to get a little healthier. Actually, a lot healthier. Everybody's back except for Tim Hardaway Jr. and Aaron Gordon, but 2 very important pieces still. And they have been on the downturn as of late. I will say my guy Scoot Henderson is playing, so if anything, I should have covered this game because I am interested in watching Scoot Henderson. But it is a late game. I don't think it's that good of a game, enough to stay up that late for it. But tomorrow is Saturday. We have a Knicks game tomorrow. It is an 8:30 start time, latest game of the night, so we will see how the rest of the schedule pans out. And we play the Rockets, another tough game for the New York Knicks. But Sunday, second night of a back-to-back. The Knicks also play on Sunday, I believe, right? We play the Bulls. Yeah, we do play the Bulls. Second night of a back-to-back. 8 o'clock start time. But I'm thinking we will do... The first time we'll be live on both days during the weekend. I think we're going to go live 1 p.m. for this Cavs Thunder game. It's going to be a very fun one. Should be good. Should be very good. Jeff Brown told us earlier, very likely that Evan Mobley plays on Sunday. We're looking forward to it. Hopefully SGA is going to be available. I know he has not been, and I don't think he's going to be available tomorrow, but hopefully he's available for Sunday. We'll see. Either way, it should be a good game whether he plays or not. And then, is there anything else we want to do? Mavs, Pacers, no. Hornets, Wizards, nah. You got Celtics, Lakers, I guess we'll just stick around for Knicks Bulls later that night. And that'll be one of the latest games, so we don't even have a late game on Sunday. So either way, we'll do 2 games. We'll do 2 games at least on Sunday. Maybe I'll sneak in a third, but we'll see. But definitely 2 games. We'll do Cavs Thunder on Sunday as well as Knicks Bulls at 8. Going to be a fun one. Jeff said he's out and 2 others for the Thunder. That sucks. That sucks. Should still be a good game, though. All right, here we go. They get it into Hall. It's a good thing they don't have Knuepple and Hall out there, so I can tell them apart. P.J. Hall gets it over to Miller. Miller down the lane, loses the handle. Keon Ellis picks it up, shot out of a cannon, pushing it the other way. Keon Ellis gets the ball knocked out of his hands by James, so it'll stay here with the Cavs. Suns Gen said LA can kick rocks. I don't think we have to worry too much about the Lakers. Antonio Reeves is in the game for the Hornets. They are digging deep into their bench today. They get it into Thomas Bryant, hands it off to Donovan Mitchell. Mitchell draws the foul on the 3-point attempt by Sion James. Deep one. And Donovan Mitchell will go to the foul line for 3 free throws. So Donovan Mitchell's going to the foul line for 3. Really sucks. Son Gen, this is the only chat online where you can say that and not get dogpiled. Not a fan of the Lakers. And it really doesn't even have anything to do with the Lakers organization themselves. I just don't think they're a very interesting team to watch play basketball. I think it's very ugly to try to watch. Moran, what's up, Moran? We tried doing a couple of Lakers games this season, and they're just bores. They're just bores of a game. Luka is a very boring player to watch. He's phenomenal, don't get me wrong, but he's a very boring player to watch as he methodically works his way into the mid-range before he jumps into a defender looking for a foul call and then complains to the ref if he doesn't get it. LeBron's 1,000 years old, so every now and again he'll give you a highlight, but for the most part, he's just kind of waddling up and down the court. Austin Reeves learning a lot from Luka this year in terms of jumping into the defender and then looking for a foul call. Yeah, not a great watch. Not a great watch. Donovan Mitchell knocked down all 3 of his free throws. James has it up top to get it over to Brandon Miller. Miller coming to his left, pulls it out, dancing with it, crosses over, tries to hit the pocket pass. Ball got knocked loose. Here comes Schroeder, hit ahead to Mitchell. Mitchell driving it down, and then gets caught in the air and kicks it out to nobody. Donovan Mitchell already knew his mistake, put his hand up in the air, knowing it was his issue. They kick it out. Antonio Reeves, the right corner 3. Can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. P.J. Hall knocked it loose, and then Brandon Miller runs into Donovan Mitchell and fouls him. So under a minute to go now, and it's an 8-point lead for the Cavs, and they're going to get free throws here because they're in the bonus. Not looking good for the Hornets. Kind of night if you're the Hornets coach. You're just going to have to lean on your guys a little bit more. He's digging deep into his bench early in the game, which I appreciate. But it's definitely the kind of game where you can excuse if you get Lamelo or Knuepple or Brandon Miller close to like 40 minutes tonight. You're just going to have to play them a lot. You just are. You just are. Jeff Brown said, I am a Lakers fan on Sunday. Who do the Lakers play again? If you're a Lakers fan on Sunday, who are the Lakers playing? Oh, the Celtics? Oh, for sure. For sure. I definitely prefer the Celtics lose. So, yeah, I'm with you on that one, Jeff. I'm with you on that one. It doesn't really ultimately matter to me because the Knicks are so janky that I'm just like, just get to the playoffs, man. Just get to the playoffs. Moran said Lakers versus Knicks finals. I mean, at this point, it feels more likely the Lakers can make it than the Knicks. And that already feels like a long shot. Mitchell knocks down both. It is a 10-point game. Trey Mann gets it over to P.J. Hall. P.J. Hall. That's not P.J. Hall. That's Tajon Salon. He's in the game. There he is. P.J. Hall hands it off to Trey Mann. They swing it out to Reeves. Now over to Salon. Salon a 3. Can't get it to go. And Keon Ellis with the rebound. Bringing it down the other way is Donovan Mitchell. 30 seconds to go. Mitchell up top, being guarded by Mann. Coming to his right, dancing with it. Now coming to his left. Foul line, pull-up jumper. Can't get it to go. P.J. Hall with the rebound. Here comes Trey Mann bringing it down the other way. And not a very good quarter for the Hornets here. They started off nice, going back and forth, but really struggled to score towards the end of it. Once Lamelo and Knuepple subbed out, could not generate a good offense solely around Brandon Miller. Trey Mann kicks it out to Antonio Reeves. Baseline floater. Can't get it to go. Can't get the tip to go either from the Hornets. And that would be the end of the first quarter here. 30-20. A 10-point lead for the Cavs, which is a decent lead for the Cavs, but the Hornets really struggled without Lamelo or Knuepple in the game. Once Lamelo and Knuepple went out, Hornets could not get anything going. And to be expected, they're down so many players. No Kobe White yet. Grant Williams is out. Not that Grant Williams is going to help them that much offensively generate offense, but he's another just a live body who's good at basketball, I guess. Look at this lineup that they have out there. Tajon Salon, PJ Hall, Pat Connaughton, Trey Mann, Antonio Reeves. This is like back when they were tanking. This is the lineup that looks like a team that's tanking. And clearly the Hornets are not trying to tank. They're trying to win this basketball game. And I really appreciate Coach Charles Lee trusting the young guys and just being like, hey, man, we're down so many guys. You just have to go out there and make an impact, be a live body out there. But as you can see, PJ Hall with 2 points. He got that on a layup from a drop-off pass. And then nobody else has scored yet. Like, Salon just came in at the end. Pat Connaughton hasn't even taken a shot yet. Trey Mann hasn't taken a shot yet. Antonio Reeves is 0 for 2. He came in and fired it away. But yeah, that's kind of where the Hornets are at this point. It's definitely going to be an uphill battle from this point forward. Like I said, it's the kind of night where you can get away with leaning on your starters a little bit more, getting them close to 40 minutes a game tonight. It's, you don't want to do a ton of that, but, obviously over the course of the regular season. But tonight is definitely a night you want to stay in that race. As a matter of fact, we can take a look at their positioning here in the standings. What is a loss going to do for them? They're in the 10 seed. Yeah, they're battling the Bucks. They're right there with the Bucks. They'd be one back on the loss column if they did lose tonight, so you can't really afford it right now. The Chicago not too far away. Milwaukee is right there. If they lose, they're behind Milwaukee. In the loss column, the Hawks are sitting there with 30 losses. You don't want to get too far away from the Heat or even the Magic. You still want to possibly be in a battle for a top 6 seed, and losing today would put you in a long shot to do so. So yeah, they're kind of desperate for these wins. Even outside of competing for a top 6 seed, maybe even if you can get into 7 or 8 here, you could buy yourself an opportunity to have 2 shots to make the playoffs rather than just the 1. K. Hazy, what's up, K. Hazy? When can White play? I don't know. I believe he was a game-time decision today, and they ultimately held him out. But he should be right around the corner. He should be, like, any game now, he should be able to play. All right, here we go. Start of the second. The Hornets come out with Salon, Knuepple, Kalkbrenner, and Ball and Trey Mann. Salon a 3, off the back rim, can't get it to go. Naquan Tomlin with the rebound. I'm a big fan of Naquan Tomlin. Fun, energy, hustle, and effort guy. Donovan Mitchell, pull up straightaway 3, got it to go, nothing but net for Spider Mitchell. And it is a 13-point lead for the Cavs here. Lamelo Ball has it up top. See if their offense can improve here with Lamelo and Knuepple back in the game. Definitely going to need some offense here from these guys. Trey Mann dancing with it. Coming to his left to kick it up top the ball. Deep pull-up 3. Can't get that one to go. Battling for the rebound. Thomas Bryant doing a good job keeping it alive. Kalkbrenner dives for it. Out to Knuepple. A 3 on the relocation. Got it to go for Knuepple. The 2 rookies, Knuepple and Kalkbrenner, saving that possession there. Started by Knuepple. Kalkbrenner dives for it and saves it. Gets it over to Knuepple, and then he rewards him by knocking down the 3. Thomas Bryant can't get the foul line jumper to go. Salon with the rebound. Gets it over to Ball. Ball bringing it down the other way. They got it back to 10. So Lamelo Ball bringing it down the other way. Driving it down. Gets fouled by Keon Ellis. Keon Ellis can't believe the call. Thought it was a clean strip on Lamelo Ball, but he gets hit with the foul call. Sons Jen said Knicks would sweep LA. I also believe that. But I'm going to be really down on the Knicks until they give us something to be happy and have fun with again. Last night was not fun. Kalkbrenner has it up top. They get it over to Ball. Ball coming to his left off the Kalkbrenner handoff. They swing it out in the corner. Salon pump fakes, driving to his right, putting his head down, attacking, kicks it out to Knuepple, he's got to fire it well contested, can't get it to go. Kalkbrenner with a long offensive rebound, get it over to Trey Mann. Pull-up jumper out of the mid-range, can't get it to go for Trey Mann. He continues to have a bit of a disastrous season so far. Schroeder gets it down low to Tomlin. Tomlin can't knock down the reverse layup, but he does get fouled by Salon. Not very good minutes from Tajon Salon so far. Naquan Tomlin's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. 10-12 to go. Sons Jen said, my family had to stop me from setting up a shrine to Raja Bell. Shout out Raja Bell. Underrated role player for his time, man. I always liked Raja Bell. The obvious choices, with the obvious choices, is the Knicks roster poorly constructed or is the coaching not up to par? I'll tell you what, the Knicks roster is very far from being poorly constructed. I'll tell you that. It is a very well-constructed roster. The coaching has been hit or miss this season. And ultimately, the fact that Mike Brown can't get on the same page with Karl-Anthony Towns is going to be the death of this team. You can't have your 2 stars not even just questioning what their role is, because I don't think Karl-Anthony Towns or Jalen Brunson are questioning what their role is. And I don't even think they're uncomfortable in their role. But not being able to maximize Karl-Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson together is going to be the death of this team. Tom Thibodeau was better at doing that, but he could not maximize the rest of the roster, and that was part of the equation in terms of letting him go, as Mitchell misses a floater on the inside, Lamelo pushing it the other way. And now Mike Brown is maximizing the rest of the roster as Salon finally knocks down a 3. There you go, Tajon Salon. So Tom Thibodeau could maximize Brunson and Towns, but he couldn't maximize anybody else. As Donovan Mitchell, beautiful move, and he got a layup. And Mike Brown is doing a really good job of maximizing the rest of the roster, but not maximizing at all Karl-Anthony Towns. And that's what's going to be the death of this team. You need all 10 guys in rotation, all 15 guys on the roster to have an impact. And it just has not been the case, whether it was Tom Thibodeau or it's been Mike Brown. Donovan Mitchell driving it down. They kick it inside to Tomlin. Tomlin scoop layup with the right hand. Can't get the layup to go. Good rebound from Tomlin. And a foul on Naquan Tomlin. It was a good rebound from Salon. 37-28 now. It was a putback layup by the Hornets to knock it back to 9 here. Jeff Brown said Tomlin got converted to a 2-year. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. His 2-way contract time ran out, and he's a good enough player to keep around. LaMelo Ball has it up top. They get it over to Knuepple as Keon Ellis slipped and fell. Keon Ellis is asking for an off-ball foul, an off-ball screening foul. He's not going to get it, and instead, Knuepple gets a nice open look. That's one of the last guys in the NBA you want to give an open look to. And it is suddenly a 6-point game again. The offense is back. LaMelo and Knuepple into the game, and the offense is back. Back to 6 it goes. Foonpay said he should have a ring. Isn't he part of the Diao Stoudemire suspension controversy? Oh, we're still talking about Raja Bell? I don't think Raja was on the team then, but he got himself suspended plenty on his own. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed he did. Yes, indeed he did. I was a fan of Raja Bell. And listening to him in his post-playing career, now on podcasts, on The Real Ones, that's the name of his podcast, I like him even more. Happy that I always liked him. Rose Pier with the Bros Pier. The problem today is to address slackers in the team. Coaches could do it, but it's not as effective as teammates. No one in Jordan's team even tried to look like a slacker. Tried to look like a slacker. So it was W, Bryant, or Bird. So it was with Bryant or Bird. Yeah, I don't think that's the case. Nobody in that era, two-way contract guys are making more money than majority of people back in the 80s and 90s, brother. It's not really a slacker thing. These guys make so much money. It's just the values and the way the game is played is completely different. Also, the physicality in terms of like the shape you have to be in to play NBA basketball. Like LeBron was on a podcast talking about how like, hey, look, man, I played in the early 2000s. I played in the mid 2000s. I played all through the 2010s, and I'm playing in the 2020s. Basketball hasn't been harder to play than it is right now. Right? The game is far more complicated than it used to be in terms of the sets that are ran because there's just far more options on the court. All five guys being able to shoot, dribble, pass, and shoot makes it incredibly difficult to guard, right? Which is why you're seeing so much switching in the NBA. The game is just really hard to play. Game is really hard to play. Fungpei said, I saw a bit of Kobe spoke well of Raja. Okay, Hayes said, Keon flopping? Probably. I'm sure it was a moving screen. There's moving screens all over the league. One of my biggest pet peeves is eventually we'll get to a place where we start calling moving screens again. And then suddenly offenses won't be as free to do whatever the heck they want. Sons Jen said Roger had the blueprint for it. Dylan Brooks. A little bit. Dylan Brooks a little bit better. Been a little bit better. All right, here we go. We're back in after that timeout from the Cavs. Looking to get back on track. To answer, they inserted Harden back into the game. Leans in. Fall away midi. Got it to go over Knuepple. Took the rookie to school there. Lean in. Create the space. Step back. Fall away midi. Vintage James Harden right there. Here comes Lamelo Ball bringing it down the other way. He has it up top. Dancing with it against Tyson. Crossing over to his right, down the lane, leaves it off for Kalkbrenner. Floater, got it to go. Beautiful driving kick for LaMelo Ball. James Harden bringing it down. Harden has it up top, being guarded by Salon. Harden dancing with it, swing it out to Tyson. Tyson, a right wing three. Tyson got it to go. And suddenly it's back up to 9. Trey Man dancing with it to get it out to Ball. Ball gets it over to Salon. Salon back to Ball. Ball, jab step, coming to his left, leaves it off for Kalkbrenner. They swing it out to Knuepple. Extra pass to Trey Man. They run him off the line to the basket. Oh my goodness, he tried to put Jared Allen on a poster. Couldn't get the dunk to go down. They do grab the offensive rebound, kick it out the ball. He can't get the 3 to go. Battle for the rebound. Harden ends up with it, and James Harden will bring it down. After all of that, they walk away with no points. Open 3 for Ball. Open dunk for, not an open dunk, but tried to get that highlight dunk. And then on the other end, Naquan Tomlin walks into an open straightaway 3. Obviously, they're going to dare him to shoot, but he makes them pay by knocking it down. The lead is up to 12, tying the largest lead of the game yet again. So nice answer from the Cavs off that explosive Hornets run before. Now LaMelo dancing with it, blows past Harden down the lane, gets the ball knocked out of his hands, pushing it up the other way, hit ahead to Keon Ellis, down the lane, layup, got it to go. Knuepple not even looking to challenge, and the lead is ballooned up to 14 now, 47-33. Not looking good. Raymond, what's up, Raymond? K. Hayes said, I know Harden is ecstatic. Why, because he's in Cleveland? I think he's ecstatic to be on a new team. I think James Harden just wants just some fun, a mix-up in his life. I think that's all he's looking out for. Then he was like, you know what? I'm too comfortable in LA. Let's switch things up. Let me go down there in Cleveland and switch things up in Cleveland a little bit. Susan, what's up, Susan? James Harden is a ring chaser? I think he just wants to be on good teams that have fun. I don't even really think he cares about rings anymore. I really don't. Or else he'd be more perturbed about his clutch games? Is that how you want to phrase it? About important games. Like, he doesn't show up in game 7s, you know? I think he'd be more concerned about that. I think James Harden, he's a new breed of, I think he's a fun chaser. I think he's chasing fun in the NBA. I think he is prioritizing fun in his career at this point. Benzino, what's up, Benzino? Tristan Enaruna, the Netherlands rookie on the Cavs bench. He got game? Tristan Enaruna. Now, that's a name I've never heard of. On the Cavs bench? Tristan Enaruna. You asked me on my opinions for Tristan Enaruna? Oh, great. I messed it up. Tristan Enaruna. 6'7", 220 from Cleveland State. Yeah, I know nothing about the kid. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that. Know nothing about him. So I can't give you an opinion, unfortunately. I'd have to watch the way he moves on the court. But shout out to Tristan Enaruna. Son Jen said he's chasing something. I think he's just chasing fun. I think he's trying to just enjoy the remainder of his career, whatever is left of it, at 36 years old. I think he doesn't really care about rings or chasing rings. I think he would appreciate it. I think he wants to play on good teams that make playoff runs, but, you know, I'm not saying he doesn't want to win a title, but I don't think it's priority number one for him with some of the decisions he's made throughout his career. But either way, now he's on the Cavs, so. We are quickly approaching the halfway point of this second quarter, 6:30 to go. Brandon Miller is in the game, along with Salon, Josh Green, Kalkbrenner, and Zion James. They get it down low to Kalkbrenner, two-handed slam for Kalkbrenner. Nice pass from Brandon Miller. He saw a double team, and he got the pass off to Kalkbrenner. It is back to 12. It's 47-35. Obviously not insurmountable at all, but the Cavs have held control of this game since halfway through this first quarter, and it's maintained through the rest of the game. Jared Allen, nice finish over Kalkbrenner there. It looked like he was going to go up for a tomahawk slam, but instead just laid it up and in. James has it up top, attacking to his right at the Kalkbrenner screen. Cross-court pass to Salon. Salon in the left corner. Jab step, driving it down on Harden. Coming to his right, stops, spins, steps through, almost walks, doesn't, but can't knock down the shot anyway. Jared Allen rips down a nice strong rebound. Here comes James Harden bringing it down the other way. It's 14 again. It's 49-35. Harden dancing with it against Salon, coming to his right up the Allen screen. Gets to the mid-range. They kick it out to Tomlin. A no hesitation three. Tomlin can't get it to go down. Battle for the rebound. Good boxing out from Kalkbrenner there. Allows Miller to come in and sneak in for that rebound. Miller dancing with it against Ellis. Driving to his right. Leans in. And they call the offensive foul on Brandon Miller with the off arm. Ball going back to the Cavs. Really struggling to build momentum here for the Hornets. David said, hope everyone's ready for snow. Are we getting more snow tomorrow? That's not good. That's not good at all. Fung Pei said, the question is, are you getting beer belly Harden or six-pack Harden? Harden fall away mid, can't get it to go. Kalkbrenner, a good strong rebound. The crazy part is the fat suit Harden was a crazy era. Josh Green, a right corner three, can't get it to go. Kalkbrenner battling on the glass for it, and he saves the rebound. They get it over to Knuepple. Knuepple along the baseline, swings it out to Zion James. He's going to set his feet in fire. He's going to come up short, battle on the glass, and Tomlin fouls Kalkbrenner. I mean, not Kalkbrenner. Tyson fouls Kalkbrenner. Fouls on the Cavs. Rose Pierce's six-pack beer belly. I mean, the beer belly is just hiding the six-pack. Six-pack is always there. It's always under the beer belly. Tammy said Sunday night to Monday. Interesting. Kalkbrenner has it up top. Holding on to it, being guarded by Allen. Now hands it off to Knuepple, driving to his left along the baseline. Kicks it up top to Connaughton, a wide-open three. And Connaughton knocks it down. And it's back to 11. Hornets hanging in, hanging around. Jalen Tyson down the lane, leaves it off for Jared Allen, shovels it back to Tyson, puts it up off glass. You rarely see the intentional bank shot anymore. LeBron used to use it. Tim Duncan popularized it. Obviously, everybody used it back in the day. But you don't really see the bank shot anymore. The mid-range, the bank jump shot, you don't really see it anymore. Not too often, not too often. Zion James gets an open three on the left wing, and he knocks it down. Back-to-back threes for the Hornets, pulls them back within 10. 51-41 with under 4 to go. And for some reason, my timer stopped ticking, but we're under 4 to go here. Harden coming to his left, down the lane, throws the lob up, or he got caught between a lob and a floater, missed it badly. Josh Green pushing it the other way, back to Green, Green in the right corner, back up top to James. James gets it over to Kalkbrenner. Kalkbrenner driving to his right. He's going to settle and pull up for three, and he got it to go, and it's a 7-point game. Here come the Hornets yet again. Here come the Hornets yet again, and another timeout for the Cavs. Got to talk a couple of things over. Okay, he said Kalkbrenner doing great. He is. He's big and tall, and all he's got to do is be big and tall down low, and that's exactly what he's doing. Just be big and tall, right? Roll to the rim with your hands up high, and when you catch the ball, just go up and look to dunk it. And on defense, put your hands in the air and force guys to finish over you. That's all you got to do. Stay out of foul trouble and force guys to finish over you. He's doing a great job of that tonight. He's got 6.6 boards. All you could ask for. All you could ask for the rookie big man. David said, I'm getting 12 plus inches of snow down by the Jersey Shore. Oof. I could check where I'm at, what I'm getting. That sucks. Now you got me thinking, brother. Student said, I believe the Utah Jazz already got fined. Not a harsh enough punishment. Not nearly a harsh enough punishment. All right, what am I looking at? Yeah, Sunday into Monday, maybe even a little bit of Tuesday into Wednesday. But how much snow am I looking at? How much snow? Winter storm watch. Thanks. 15% chance where I'm at. From Sunday 6 a.m. until Monday 6 p.m. 24 hours of snow? No, 36 hours of snow. 36 hours of snowing? That's crazy. That's crazy. The snow is just starting to go away with all this rain and the warm weather. Why does my timer keep stopping? I'm not stopping it. Sam Merrill, baseline pull-up jumper, got it to go over Peck Connaughton. You rarely see the two-point look for Sam Merrill, but he got it to go. 53-44, back to 9 it goes. Knuepple on the baseline, and he responds back with his own baseline floater there. Harden gets it over to Merrill. Merrill's going to try and respond with a three. He can't get that one to go. Connaughton with the rebound. Here comes Zion James. Zion James has it up top. Hands it off to Connaughton. Hands it off to Knuepple. Back inside to Connaughton. Connaughton along the baseline. They kick it out. Josh Green, wide open left corner three. In and out, can't get it to stay. Jared Allen with the rebound. Here comes Donovan Mitchell, who subbed back in. Mitchell has it up top. He's out there with Harden, with Merrill, Allen, and Wade, their starting lineup. Mitchell, step back along the baseline, layup. Can't get the layup to go. Jared Allen, the offensive rebound, though. Flips it up with the right-hand hook on the turnaround. Got it to go for Jared Allen. 2:20 to go here. Tammy said, I'm 2-4 Sunday, then 9-10 Monday. I don't think it's going to be as bad as it's telling me it's going to be here. Unfortunate, though, more snow. Unfortunately, more snow. I thought we were getting out of it, man. We're at the end of February here. We're going into March. We should be start warming up here in March, man. Student said, Cooper Flagg will probably win Rookie of the Year this season. I like Knuepple. Sorry for the spelling. No, I know what you mean. They got Con Knuepple's a tough name to spell. Mitchell the other way off the turnover from the Hornets. Can't get the three to go. And Kalkbrenner rips down a nice strong rebound. The only thing to worry about with Cooper Flagg, I agree with you, Susan, and the only thing to worry about with Flagg is if he's going to reach the 65-game minimum. Skip pass over to Josh Green. Good closeout from Wade, running him off the line. Bump Euro for Josh Green, gets the layup, and the foul for Green. Tough move for Josh Green. He's going to the foul line for one more here. three-point play the old-fashioned way. Can cut it to 6. I wouldn't mind snow. I wouldn't mind snow if immediately after the snow, we get back to warm days and the sun melts the snow out immediately. Right? Would not mind a snow day as long as the sun is back out the next day and it all melts away. Here comes James Harden bringing it down after Josh Green knocked down the free throw. It's 55-49. It's a 6-point game. Harden coming to his left, down the lane. Euro goes up, gets blocked by Josh Green. Harden looking for the foul. He doesn't get it. Lamelo pushing it over to Connaughton. Extra pass. Knuepple, an open three. Can't get it to go. Had an open look. And now here come the Cavs pushing the other way. Harden putting his head down, bump Euroing again. This time kicks it out to Donovan Mitchell, who's going to pull it all the way back out. A little over a minute to go here. Donovan Mitchell up top, 1-on-1 against Lamelo Ball. Driving it down, draws the foul. Floater, can't get it to go, but he will go to the foul line for 2 free throws. So 1 minute to go here. Donovan Mitchell with the foul line for 2. Knuepple had a wide open look from 3 in transition there. Could have cut it to 3. But instead, Donovan Mitchell will be at the foul line for 2 here. And he knocks down the first one. A knockdown free throw shooter, Donovan Mitchell is. Melrose Pier, I remember winter regularly were snowy from November to the end of March. I remember March starting to be the time where things started to heat up a little bit. Definitely should not be snowing into March. Donovan Mitchell knocks down both free throws. Under a minute to go. Lamelo Ball has it up top, being guarded up by Wade. They get it over to Connaughton. Connaughton almost threw the ball away, but it somehow finds its way over to Ball. Ball driving to his right, down the lane, floater, can't get it to go. Kalkbrenner can't snag the rebound, but he gets fouled. And they are in the bonus. So Kalkbrenner to the foul line for 2. We have 44 seconds here in the first half. Down 8 are the Charlotte Hornets, 57-49. Kalkbrenner at the foul line. Knocks down the first one. He's got another one coming. SQU, Squeeze? What's up, Squeeze? Bless you, sir. Appreciate you, Squeeze. Appreciate you. Thank you, brother. Kalkbrenner knocks down both of his free throws. Back to 6 it goes. Donovan Mitchell bringing it down. Coming to his left. He's going to go for the 2-for-1. Sidestep 3. Off the back rim. Can't get it to go. Good boxing out. Allows Zion James to come in for the rebound. And we have 30 seconds to go. And James, about 11-second difference between game clock and shot clock. James will hold it for as long as he could. Try to wind down the clock a bit here. Don't want to give the Cavs too much time when their possession comes. Harden ends up fouling. He falls over on the Knuepple. And that's going to hurt. It's going to reset their shot clock to 14. And now the Hornets could hold it for what should be the final shot of the quarters. Now there's only going to be a 2-second difference between game clock and shot clock. And they were in the bonus, by the way, too. Never mind. They don't get the ball back. It's not side out of bounds. It's 2 free throws. I forgot. They are in the bonus. So it should just be 2 free points. And they're going to use a challenge here. So Kenny Atkinson is using his challenge here because he's trying to get the officials to call the foul on Kalkbrenner, who did extend the arms a little bit when he came in to set the screen on Harden. Harden immediately signaled to the ref that he got pushed from behind. So that is why the challenge has come through. Let's see the replay here. Yeah, it's a little bit of a push. They're probably going to change that call to Kalkbrenner, for sure. Benzino said, it's crazy how often Schroeder's traded. You could see it one of two ways. Either teams don't want you and they keep trading you away, or teams really want you and they keep trading for you, right? Let me blow my nose real quick. Allergy season is on its way, man. Oof. Suns Gen said Harden, an absolute icon. He will be studied. Books will be written. Yes, they will, man. Yes, they will. My guy is a trailblazer. He is a trendsetter. He will redefine what player empowerment truly was. When we look back on him, we're like, who are the icons of player empowerment? James Harden has to be mentioned. He has to be. Just fully throughout his career, continuously deciding where he wants to be, where he wants to play. He got traded one time against his volition, and that was from the Thunder to the Rockets, and he said, never again. Never again. I'm taking agency. Demanded the trade from the Rockets. Where'd he go from the Rockets? Ended up in Brooklyn. Demanded a trade immediately after that season from Brooklyn. Ends up in Philly. Goes to China and tells a bunch of Chinese kids in English, I'm sure they didn't understand a single word he said, that Daryl Morey is a liar and a cheat and a steal and he'll never play for him again. Demands a trade, gets traded to the Clippers, his hometown state where he wanted to go. And then again, demanded a trade from the Clippers after they were 16-3, and then demanded a trade right at the deadline and ends up on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Books will for sure be written on this man. No one does it like James Harden. And honestly, a true pioneer in the game. Let's be real. Let's be real. Who is in the game right now? Xavier Tillman is in the game. Harden easily goes right past him and knocks down the floater over Salon. And so the way that happened, the Cavs did indeed win that challenge. They got the ball back, and then Harden knocked down the floater. So halftime score will be 59-51 here. Suns Gen said Rodman paved that road. He did. He did pave it, but it was a rocky road. James Harden, it's like an immaculate road. It's perfectly asphalted. There's nothing wrong. There's no potholes in the road. Everything is perfectly painted. All the lines are perfectly painted on that road. It's a beautiful road. It's a beautiful road. James Harden, he took that road that Rodman paved, and he perfected it. He made sure the road is perfect. It is a beautiful road that James Harden has pulled off here. Problem is, I don't know if we'll ever see a player drive that road as well as Harden has. Susan said, when Harden wants to be traded, he just stops playing on the court during the game. True facts, for sure. For sure, absolutely. The videos of him in Houston, honestly, that whole Houston situation where he showed up in a fat suit, I don't believe he was truly that big. I can't believe he got that out of shape. I truly believe, in my heart of hearts, I truly believe James Harden showed up in a fat suit and he said, I don't care, you're trading me. Shows up in a fat suit, stands out on the wings with his hands on his hips, and he's like, you guys play 5-on-4, I'm going to be over here. Did it so poorly, or did it so well, played so poorly and so disinterested that they had to pull him out of the games and ask him to stop playing. And then we're like, just please get out of here. Where do you want to go to Brooklyn? Okay, we'll send you to, just please leave. Just please leave. Nobody does it like James Harden. And by far the funniest thing James Harden's ever done was going to China, and I said it already, but going to China and and speaking with a bunch, he's there for a basketball camp, and then suddenly just starts preaching to a bunch of Chinese kids who probably don't really understand what the heck he's talking about, and just starts telling them that Daryl Morey, the GM of the 76ers at the time, is a liar, and he'll never play for a team he's a part of ever again. Who, by the way, Daryl Morey was the GM of the Rockets, and they apparently had a phenomenal relationship before that whole thing happened. No one's ever going to do it like James Harden ever again. Honestly, put him up on Mount Rushmore. If we take away all of his literal in-game accolades, all of his stats and everything, my guy James Harden still going into the Hall of Fame. Still going into there. Fung Pei said, the kids fully identified with Mr. Harden's struggle up to that point. I will be telling my kids around a campfire the stories of James Harden and his ability to demand trades one day. I will for sure be doing it. Sean of a Gun, what's up, Sean? James Harden, slightly delusional, but understood. Honestly, he had his press conference with the Cavs when they got traded there, right? And as my shoes are falling apart. So if you guys don't know, the floors are cold in here. And I always wear my Knicks fuzzy slippers here. They are taking a beating, man. They are taking a beating. I don't think they were supposed to last as long as they have lasted, but they are fully falling. The sole's coming out of the bottom, fully falling apart. I'm going to have to retire these. These might be garbage after tonight. It feels like I'm stepping on something. I'm like, what am I stepping on? Oh, it's just a giant hole in the bottom of my little slipper here. But the floors are cold. So I'm wearing this monkey suit, and then I got the fuzzy slippers on. Because of course I do. But James Harden comes to the Cavs and does his introductory press conference, obviously, right? And they ask him, and he flat out says, loyalty is overrated in the NBA. No team and no GM is ever really loyal to the player, so why should the players be loyal to the teams? And then obviously we can point to the Daryl Morey situation. We could point to a multitude of situations in the NBA where organizations have not been faithful or loyal to their players who have been loyal to them. Hopefully the Knicks don't join that trend and end up stabbing Jalen Brunson in the back. Hopefully we can work that out. Fung Pei said, nah, man, just duct tape it. Nah, it might be time to retire these. These might be done. We might just have to throw on some slippers or something, some regular slides or something. Might have to retire the slippers and bring out the slides. Either way, though. Let's go around the league. Let's look at the team stats. Hornets crawling their way back in. By the way, I got it wrong. They did uphold the foul call on James Harden. It wasn't a foul on Kalkbrenner. It was still a foul on Harden. And Knuepple went to the foul line, knocked down both free throws, and then Harden came the other way, knocked down floater, so that's why we're still at a 6-point game, 59-53. Knuepple, by the way, 18 first-half points. My goodness, he was hooping out there. He was hooping. 6 for 10 from the floor, and he also had a couple of open looks as well that could have went his way. Jared Allen with 15, Donovan Mitchell with 15, Harden with 9. 9-2-5 for James Harden. 9-2-5 for Big Harden. Only 15-0-1 for Donovan Mitchell. So really just doing a whole lot of scoring right now for D. Mitch. He's going to need to improve his all-around game if they want to stay ahead here. Or maybe you could just focus on scoring. Who knows? Jared Allen's got 7 first-half rebounds. Harden has 5 first-half assists. So maybe he's just got to focus on scoring. Southern Jet said James Harden is a living authentic life for sure. For sure. He is living his own authentic life. He's going to tell you the truth. Honestly, him and Kawhi Leonard, beautiful fits together. Because I saw an interview with Kawhi Leonard today. It was either today or last night. But I saw an interview with Kawhi Leonard, and somebody asked Kawhi Leonard, what do the Clippers need to do to enter the championship contending kind of conversation? And Kawhi Leonard just flat out said, he's like, yeah, I think that's done with. He said, every day is just an opportunity to be better. He said, I don't know about that contending. And I was like, no one's going to be more honest than Kawhi Leonard and James Harden. And honestly, I'm kind of sad the duo was broken up. Rose Pierce said, rumors say the beard got extension to look like Harden, the player. Student said, Cavs still not going past the first round. We'll see who they match up with. Honestly, all I could say right now in the East, because I think matchups are going to be the most important aspect in deciding who wins or loses a series. So obviously we have our Cavs Hornets game, Pacers Wizards, 68-57 at halftime. Pacers putting up almost 70 points at half. They've scored 41 in the second. My goodness, Indiana. Suns Jen said, I feel like one is more forthcoming than the other, though. For sure. I love the honesty. I love when players can be honest. I hate, and it's one of my biggest pet peeves about this Knicks team, the very, very corporate business-like answers that they give, very media-trained answers. I hate media-trained answers. Just give me a real straight-up answer. Like, there's a time and place for media-trained answers. Of course. You're going to give them every now and again. But one of my biggest pet peeves about my team, the New York Knicks, is how media-trained everybody is. Between Josh Hart to Mikal Bridges to Josh Hart. The only guy who gives answers that I find interesting that we could actually go off of is Mitchell Robinson. And that's just because he's funny and silly. That's it, though. That's it. Joe said, stop hating on my Cavs because your team is trash. I haven't said anything bad about the Cavs, brother. Not me. Must not be talking about me. Like I said, you're going to have to wait and see who the Cavs play in the playoffs, right? What are the matchups going to be like? I could say that about any team. I could say that about the Knicks as well. I think it's going to come down to what are the matchups. Suns Jen said CP3 was a treat for that. I love the honesty, man. I love the honesty. Stop giving me the, we have a nickname for Jalen Brunson as Knicks fans, where we call him, when the Knicks lose, he becomes Mr. I Gotta Do Better Man, because that's the answer he gives for everything. Where they're like, even he can have 45 points and 12 assists and 0 turnovers. And if the Knicks lose a game and they ask him, why'd you lose or what went wrong or what did you see? He'll just give you I just got to be better. I could have made more shots. I could have made another pass. I could have, had a defensive stop. I could have got a steal. I have to be better. And it's like at some point, it's like, no, brother, no. Tell us, give us a real answer here. Right? So when the Knicks lose, he becomes I got to do better, man. And I don't think Jalen Brunson has ever given an insightful answer in his career. And that's by design, right? His dad was in the NBA, raised by athletes, has been groomed to be an athlete his entire life, obviously. Went to Villanova, played under Jay Wright, who is known for like teaching his players all of those lessons. Hate it, though. I hate it. Jody, what's up, Jody? Do y'all think 229 and a half plus? Maybe. 59-53 does not say it will, but who knows? Rose Pierce said, I would ask Brunson why can't get better. I think he'll tell you that he can get better and he will be better. And that's the point, is he just never gives you like an awesome answer. It's always the same, very politically correct, very traditional, very media-trained answer. And that's fine. That's smart, right? And he's the leader of the team, so maybe that's what you want from your leader, and everybody else can give you the silly answers, the straight answers, or whatever. But, and I will say media is always different. Media is differently covered in New York than it is in any other place, even LA. I know a lot of people are like, well, LA is also difficult to deal with the media. No city, no team, no sports city is more difficult to deal with than New York sports reporters. There's 9 gajillion of them. They're all asking very hard questions most of the time. They're very much in your personal space, in your personal life. So maybe you want your New York star to be media trained and whatnot, but sometimes I just want a silly answer or an honest answer. Maybe not even silly, just an honest answer. Suns Jen said Nurkic is underrated at a microphone. Yeah, I mean, the Knicks have Mitchell Robinson, right? cool. But outside of him, Deuce is usually very honest. I like Deuce McBride interviews. We'll see what Jose Alvarado brings in terms of his post-game answers. He seems to be very good as well so far, but we'll see. We'll see. Student said, nowadays, with social media, your words can end up being misunderstood and turned around. So it's called being careful. For sure. For sure. Yeah, I recognize that. I always figured that I would never treat post-game seriously. I shouldn't say never. I would almost never treat any post-game seriously. I would always give very silly answers. I'd be over the top. I would purposely be misleading. I'd try to be as funny as possible and as lighthearted as possible in the post-game interviews. But that's just me. That's just how I always thought you should probably handle that, rather than being like, because we're playing a kid's game at the end of the day, right? But that's just me. Jazz up 10 over the Grizzlies. Heat Hawks locked in a tight one. Timberwolves up 13 on the Mavs with no Cooper Flag. They should be able to blow out the Mavs. But who knows? The Knicks lost by a bajillion to the Mavs with a gajillion injuries. But no Cooper Flag. He is the engine of that team. So Bucks against the Pelicans. Still early in that one. Same with Nets Thunder. And then you got Nuggets Blazers later tonight. That is the only other game I'm really interested in here. But it looks like we're going to get started for the second half here. Southern Jen said Booker is like that for sure. I mean, here's the thing, right? You play 82 games. You got 82 of these post-game press conferences, plus you're being interviewed at practice, plus you're being interviewed on the side all the time when you're on the road by other beat reporters. Plus you got pre-game interviews, plus you're probably hopping on podcasts all the time as the season going on. I would be as unserious as possible. You don't want serious answers from me. I play basketball for a living. That's how I always figured I would approach it. Sons Jen said, get Boogie to ask the questions post-game? For sure. Benzino said, I love how you never lose your cool and how you politely wave off gambling questions. I feel like I've lost my cool before. Sometimes I end a stream and I'm like, I clearly let annoyance take over, and maybe I was too rude or mean or something, at a specific comment or chat or whatever. There's been times. I try not to be, because I'm doing something silly to something that's already silly. We're watching a professional children's game be played by grown adults. I don't think we should ever lose sight of that for entertainment. And then I am streaming commentary over it. So that's already silliness stacked on top of silliness. And so we should just be hanging out, having fun. As far as the gambling questions go, I just, you're asking me, when people ask about my opinion on gambling, it's like, well, you're gambling. I can't. Maybe it'll happen. Maybe it will. Maybe it won't. You are gambling. That is what that word means. You are taking a chance that something could happen. Could it happen? It could. Could it not happen? It couldn't. Who knows? It could happen. It couldn't happen. That is why we watch the games. This is why I don't gamble, because, in my mind, LaMelo Ball is going to have 20 and 10 tonight. Because great players are going to show up against really good teams that try and help their team win a game, especially down as many players as they are with injury and suspensions. And LaMelo tonight is 0 for 6 from the field, 4 points and 3 assists. So there is no gambling there's no gambling advice I could give anybody ever. So if you ask me, sure, it could happen. It could happen. It could not happen. I don't know. This is why we watch the games. Knuepple, by the way, that's how you start off a half. One dribble to his left, knocks down the three, and gets fouled. Who fouled him? Sam Merrill. And Knuepple going to the foul line for one more for what could be a 4-point play. And it is already a 3-point game. He can knock it to 2 immediately coming out of the half. Student said gambling is a personal choice. I'm not into it either. Knuepple misses a free throw. He is a knockdown free throw shooter, and he misses it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what people's expendable income is looking like. Sam Merrill trying to respond, and he does just that, knocking down a 3 of his own. I don't know what people's expendable income is like. Maybe you got more than enough money where you're happily willing to light it on fire and throw it away. And that's your form of entertainment. That's cool. Me, I don't have that, so I've never really been into it. Lamelo down the lane, knocks down a crazy reverse layup, hung in the air. I think he was looking to pass it, had nobody able to pass it to him, so decided, let me just flip it up at the rim, and he got it to go down. Donovan Mitchell pull up 3. Can't get that one to go. Lamelo Ball with the rebound, and he gets fouled by Sam Merrill. That's 2 fouls immediately to start the half on Sam Merrill. It's going to put the Hornets much closer into the bonus to start the half here. Doug Fresh, what's up, Doug? Brandon Miller bringing it down. He has it up top, being guarded by Mitchell. They get it over to James. Zion James, cross-court pass to Brandon Miller. Takes the lane, driving it down. Floater off glass, can't get it to go. Battle on the glass for the rebound. Kalkbrenner does a good job keeping it alive, and then Brandon Miller knocks it out the ball. Melo Ball on the left wing. Pulls it up top, coming to his right, dancing with it as Harden switched onto him. Shot clock winding down. Across the baseline, swings it out to James. Pass fake, gets caught in the air, kicks it out. Knuepple, an open 3. Got it to go for Knuepple. And it's a 1-point game. 62-61. Here come the Hornets. James Harden bringing it down. James will pick him up. Harden coming to his left off the Allen screen. Now coming to his right off the re-screen. Down the lane. Stop. Leans in. Puts up the floater. No, it was a lob attempt. Kalkbrenner read it. Knocked it away. Here comes Lamelo Ball. Pushing the other way. Putting his head down. Attacking. Gets caught in the air. Kicks it out. Knuepple. Another one. Give me 3 in a row. Off the back rim. Can't get it to go. Zion James with the rebound. They swing it around. Ball falling out of bounds to 3. He got it to go. And the Hornets have taken the lead with 10 minutes to go here in the third early in this second half. All momentum pointing towards Charlotte. Let's see if Cleveland has an answer. Lamelo Ball gets called for an off-ball foul trying to keep up with Sam Merrill. But the pace has quickened. We are off and running. Under 10 to go. They get it into Sam Merrill, inside to Jared Allen. Can't knock down the layup, but he does get the foul call, so he's going to go to the foul line for 2. 64-62. The Hornets have crawled back and taken the 2-point lead. So Jared Allen at the foul line for 2. Misses a free throw. He's got one more coming. Doug Fresh, let's go Hornets. True, as a Knicks fan, I should be rooting for the Hornets tonight. Can't have the Cavs winning and taking over that 3 seed over the Knicks. Jared Allen does knock down the second free throw at least. It's a 1-point game, 63-64. Lamelo Ball bringing the ball down. Gets it over to Knuepple, back to Ball. Ball up top. Coming to his right, Ball up top. Ball dancing with it. Coming to his right. Spins. Donovan Mitchell switched on to him, doing a good job staying in front of him. He takes the baseline, tries to hang in the air for a second, and then gets the foul call on the deceleration step under the rim, allows Donovan Mitchell to run into him, and now he's going to go to the foul line for 2. I just talked about Lamelo Ball. Where have you been tonight? He hadn't knocked down a shot. He was 0 for 6 in the first half. He's now 2 for 8 and up to 9 points. He's going to the foul line for 2 more free throws now. Rose Pierce said, I still can't figure out how the Hornets went from tank to spank. They were not healthy to start the year. They were not healthy to start the year, Rose Pierre. I believe Brandon Miller missed the first month of the season, I believe. Knuepple was still a rookie, still figuring his way out. Lamelo was also not healthy to start the year. They got Grant Williams back, who's just another live body who's good at playing basketball. And they all got healthy around the same time, and they've been hooping ever since. Lamelo knocks down both free throws. 3-point lead for the Hornets. Donovan Mitchell has it up top, being guarded by Knuepple. They get over to Merrill. Merrill gets tripped up by Lamelo Ball, and that will be a foul on Ball. So 2 quick fouls on Sam Merrill to start the quarter. Now 2 quick fouls on Lamelo Ball, trying to keep up with Sam Merrill to start the second half. That's only his second foul. Obviously, it's more important if Ball is in foul trouble than if Merrill's in foul trouble. Jared Allen has it up top. Gets it to Donovan Mitchell. Back to Jared Allen. Jared Allen does get the layup off a nice pump fake. Gets Kalkbrenner up in the air, and he gets the layup to go down. Here comes Lamelo Ball, bringing it down the other way. Ball has it on the left wing. Coming to his right. Stops. Pops straight away. He's feeling it. Comes up short. Battle on the glass. Kalkbrenner the rebound. Gets blocked. Gets the ball back. Can't get it to go. Gets a tip up. Got it to go. Just bullying Jared Allen down low. Where have I seen that before? Jared Allen getting bullied under the basket. Donovan Mitchell has it up top, being guarded by Lamelo Ball. Coming to his left off a high Jared Allen screen. Pocket pass. Beautiful slip pass from Mitchell to Dean Wade, cutting along the baseline for the easy two-handed slam. James Harden, extremely quiet. I don't even think I've called his name out once to start the second half here. Lamelo dancing with it. Step back three. Oh, he's feeling it. Oh, he is feeling it. Step back, one-legged fall away three. You know that's not a good shot, but when you're Lamelo Ball, why not let it fly? Donovan Mitchell spins, attacking the rim, goes under for the reverse layup. Can't get it to go, but Jared Allen right there for the putback. As Kalkbrenner had to come over to contest Donovan Mitchell, left Jared Allen all alone for that putback opportunity. Here comes Lamelo Ball, bringing it down the other way, but he's loose with the handle. He's feeling it. He's coming to his right. Harden switched on to him behind the back, coming to his left down the lane. High scoop layup with the left, can't get it to go, and then knocked out of bounds by the Cavs. Lamelo hit the floor hard, holding on to that right elbow. He's going to get helped up. Seems fine, but holding on to that arm. Tammy said Ball is stressed out because of his accident. Charges may be being filed, leaving the scene of an accident. Possibly. I also think he's in a position where he's got so much money he might not even really care that much. To be honest. Donovan Mitchell ends up tying up Brandon Miller here in an awkward play, but it's a tie-up between Mitchell and Miller, so it'll be a jump ball. Also got to blow my nose again, man. The Hornets win the tip, but they only have 5 on the shot clock. Zion James rushing down. They get it over to Knuepple. Driving to his left. Step back. Fall away out of bounds. 3. Can't get it to go. Mitchell, good rebound. Good box down rebound. Gets hit in the face accidentally by Brandon Miller. And it's a foul on the Hornets and Miller. FF2 said, I hope the Hornets win. I kind of hope the Hornets win too. Kind of hoping for it. Hornets are a fun team this year. Susan said, Miles Bridges was supposed to be a Knick, but a blackout occurred and Leon Pokerface Rose didn't see who he was signing the contract. Nah. Sons Jen said, I love McHale, but he doesn't fit great in this Knicks lineup. He should. That's the issue, is that he should. On paper, he should. Sam Merrill knocks down a right corner 3. The biggest issue with McHale is his own sort of mindset going into games. It's everything that he is doing. Lamelo steps back, kicks it around, they swing it around. Josh Green, a left corner 3 off the ball movement, and he answers right back with a 3 of his own. FF2 said, yeah, I can't wait till Kobe White plays and Miles and Moose come back from suspension. Yeah, they're going to be fun. I was hoping we were going to get Kobe White today. We did not, but I'm really looking forward to the Kobe White debut game for sure. Donovan Mitchell up top, crosses over to his left, stinging it back to his right hand, steps back, now taking the baseline, throws up a floater, can't get it to go, but Jared Allen right there yet again as Kalkbrenner was preoccupied with the rim attack from Donovan Mitchell, leaving Jared Allen wide open for the putback. And we're tied at 74, approaching the halfway point of this third quarter. Ball gets it out to Knuepple, a pick and pop 3, and he makes him pay, knocking it down. Knuepple lighting it up here today. He's up to 27 points. We could be seeing yet another career high for Knuepple tonight. I believe his career high is 34, 35 points, right? He had that against Cooper Flagg. Wasn't that his career high? Let me know, Hornets fans. James Harden driving to his left down the lane, throws up the floater, got it to go over Kalkbrenner. A patented move from James Harden, the go-to move. We are now at the halfway point. 6 minutes to go here in this third. Lamelo Ball walking it down the other way. He has it up top. Ball coming to his left. Good defense from the Cavs, not giving Knuepple another open look. Ball up top being guarded by Merrill. Ball crosses over, picks up his handle, tries to lob it over the top. Ball knocked loose, and Kalkbrenner able to save it. LaMelo's got to heave it from half court with the shot clock winding down. Way off, and the ball goes out of bounds. It's going to go to the Cavs. 27 points so far for Knuepple, 14 for LaMelo Ball. FF2 said, by the way, every time you do a Hornets stream, I be somewhere in the stream because I'm a Hornets fan. Appreciate you, FF2. Appreciate you. Yeah, I try to cover what I would consider probably the best game every single night, right? We try to cover as much basketball as possible. Try to cover as many good games as possible. And when the Hornets being good now, we can start covering Hornets games, right? Of the teams in the NBA, like we don't cover Kings games. We don't cover too many Mavericks games. I would cover more Mavericks games, but every time I want to cover a Mavericks game, Cooper Flag is out. I've had the worst luck this year with Cooper Flag games. Trying to watch him, but trying to cover his games, but haven't had too many opportunities to do so. As a matter of fact, I believe the only Cooper Flag game we covered this year was his debut game, the first game of the season he played, which was not a good game. The first time the Knicks played the Knicks played the Mavericks, Cooper Flag was out that game. And then the second time they played them, I went to Madison Square Garden to watch the game live. So I don't think I've ever, outside of his debut game, which was a bad game, I don't think we've ever gotten to cover a good Cooper Flag game. Wow. I just thought about that. We were slated to cover a Mavs game before the All-Star break, and then he ended up going out with an injury. And so we canceled that game because he was really the only reason to watch it. Unfortunate, man. FF2 said, you did a Mavs-Lakers stream? Did I do a Mavs-Lakers stream? That doesn't sound familiar. And a Hornets-Mavs game? Hornets-Mavs. Did I do a Hornets-Mavs game? I don't think I did the Hornets-Mavs game. Wasn't that the rookie battle? That was Flag and Knuepple? That wasn't me, brother. I don't think that was me. I didn't do that game. Cooper Flag had 50. Yeah, I didn't do that game. I distinctly remember not covering that game. Fung Pei said, the NBA is not ready for a player like you in post-game interviews. I would bring my wigs. I would wear a wig. I would wear ridiculous outfits. I would have so much fun if I was in the NBA just being silly. Like, I don't know why people take it so seriously. Be silly, man. Be silly. Play your game. Be silly. FF2 said, look up your stream. I'm pretty sure we didn't cover that game, brother. I would have remembered it. Here we go. We're back into it. Harden has it up top. Tagging to his left off the Allen screen. Throws the lob up top to Allen, and Allen throws it down. Not a coincidence that Jared Allen starts to play significantly better once they get a pick-and-roll player available for him. Connaughton now has it up top, who's checked in. They hand it off to Trey Mann. Trey Mann coming to his right, kicks it back up top to Connaughton. A straightaway three for Connaughton, way off at the side of the backboard. Connaughton able to recover it, but the shot clock down to 5. They get it over to Knuepple. Knuepple's got to go. One dribble to his right, has to put it up with the buzzer winding down. Josh Green fighting for it, but knocks it loose, and Keon Ellis able to pick it up. They swing it out to Schroeder, now over to Harden. Harden on the right wing being guarded by Knuepple. They get it back to Schroeder. Schroeder on the right wing being guarded by P.J. Hall. Loses the handle, picks it back up. Now Schroeder's going to look to attack. Goes up, can't get it to go, but does draw the foul on Hall. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Mark Mitchell, what's up, Mark? Is Dennis coming back in the game? He is in the game now, brother. He's in the game now. As a matter of fact, he's at the free throw line. I did not do a Mavs Hornets game, brother. I would have known. I would have known if I did. I did not do that one. My stream of it doesn't come up because I did not do one. I did not do one. I would have remembered it. I distinctly remember not doing it because I remember seeing the box score and the stat lines after the fact and being like, damn, that was a good game, which I covered it. Trey Man up top to get it over to Connaughton. Try to spray it around to Antonio Reeves, who's checked back in. Dennis Schroeder did knock down both of his free throws. 4:24 to go. Trey Man gets it in the Hall. Hall up top. Hands it back off the man. Coming to his left. Ellis chasing. Snakes it back to his right. Kicks it into the corner. Josh Green a three. Can't get it to go. Battle on the boards for the rebound. PJ Hall keeps it alive. Out to Trey Man. A deep three. And he got it to go. This lineup right here for the Charlotte Hornets really struggled to score earlier. And was part of the reason how they went down by 14 points earlier in the game. But now, the Hornets dominating the board, by the way. 19 offensive rebounds to 4 for the Cavs tonight. My goodness. Dennis Schroeder gets to the rim for an easy scoop layup. Sons Gen said, I converted my membership, so now I'm legit and requesting Chefy emoji. Appreciate you, Sons Gen. We will get them, for sure. It is on the docket of things I will be looking to do. We don't have an off day this week as Josh Green steps through, draws the foul, and Keon Ellis is going to the foul line for 2 free throws. We don't have an off day this week because the Knicks play on both Saturday and Sunday. So usually I try to take one of the weekend days off. I will not be able to do so because the Knicks, for the first time this season, have a back-to-back on the weekend here. So probably gonna have to push that back another week, but we will. It is on the docket for one of the first off days to work on that for sure. And maybe I'll have an off day from work during the week, so maybe I can work on it during the day before we do the stream at night. But on the way, for sure, Sons Gen. It is on the docket. I wrote it down on my list of a million things I want to do. It is on the list and is high up the list. Sons Gen said, no problem, none at all. No. It's got to be up there for sure. It's got to be there for sure. It is a high priority thing I want to get done for sure. Lighting was number 1, and we got the lighting fixed. We got the green screen fixed, and that was priority numero uno for me. Got that done. Now we can move on to other things. Schroeder has it up top after, I believe that was PJ Hall knocked down both free throws. Thomas Bryant just smokes a lefty layup. Here come the Hornets pushing the other way. Trey Man up top, attacking, steps back, kicks it out to Antonio Reeves. Pass fake, driving to his right, tries to get it back up top and gets picked off by Keon Ellis. He's going to go the other way for the two-handed slam. Really bad play for Antonio Reeves there. Brother, you just got to either take that shot or shoot the floater or take the three or with something, but you can't try to attack the paint and kick that back out. Very robotic play. That's some high school level plays, brother. Trey Man has it up top, being guarded by Jalen Tyson. Jalen Tyson very quiet today. Not sure why you decide to start Merrill over Tyson, but maybe it's because of his off-ball movement. I just think Tyson gives you a little bit more. Tyson down the lane here. Can't get the layup to go. Tyson looking for a foul call. He doesn't get it. Hornets pushing the other way. Tyson too busy in the backcourt arguing. They swing it out. Antonio Reeves an open three, and he makes them pay by knocking it down, and that's because Jalen Tyson was left in the backcourt complaining to the official for a foul call that he didn't get. Now Donovan Mitchell up top attacking with it. He has it. Being guarded by PJ Hall on a switch. You know he likes this matchup. Attacking to his left. Pump fake, steps through. Throws it up. Comes up short. Thomas Bryant, the offensive rebound. Puts it up. Can't get it to go. Thomas Bryant's missed a couple of bunnies here in this third quarter. And now here comes Trey Man bringing it down the other way. They've got 2 minutes to go here in this third. And the Hornets holding on to a 1-point lead. Trey Man up top. Winding down some time. Lobs it over the top to Connaughton. Leans in. Layup. Got it to go for old man Pat Connaughton. The veteran still got a couple of tricks up his sleeve. Getting that to go past Thomas Bryant there in the paint. Bryant now has it up top. Tries to hit Dennis Schroeder cutting back door. It's a bad pass. Dennis Schroeder hits the floor. Probably looking for a foul call on Antonio Reeves, who's trailing the play. Does not get the call. And the ball is going to go back to the Hornets here. And I believe we're going to get a full timeout. We are going to get a full timeout here from, I believe, the Cavs. Either way. Oh, no, from the Hornets, right? From the Hornets. Either way, we're going to get a full timeout. Susan said, where's Harden? Harden is back on the bench. Yeah, he's back on the bench, but he has been very quiet today. And this is the Harden you can probably expect come playoff time. Sorry, Cavs fans, but this is who James Harden is. We could probably expect this version of James Harden come playoff time. He has 11 points, 2 rebounds, 8 assists. But honestly, just not really good enough. We'll see what he's got in the fourth quarter here. Donovan Mitchell with 15, 3 for 13 from the floor. Almost all of his points coming from the free throw line here. 8 for 9 from the free throw line. Not a great shooting night for the Cavs here. 3 for 13 for Donovan Mitchell is rough for sure. Soon said, yeah, Harden does become a member of the Invisible Club. Yeah, come playoff time. The bigger the stakes the game, the more invisible James Harden becomes. Crandon, what's up, Crandon? I'm sure the Wolves are running the Mavs out of the building tonight, right? Last time we checked, they were up 13. They're up 12. 12 at halftime. Almost 70 points at halftime is nice. They scored 40 in the first, only 29 in the second. Heat Hawks, still close one, but Heat starting to take a little bit of a lead there, up by 8. Grizzlies looking like they're on their way to a victory over the Jazz here. They're up by 8. Pacers, Wizards now locked in a tight one at the end of the third. Here come the Washington Wizards, baby. Here come the Washington Wizards. At the end of the day, give me that lottery pick. Give me that Wizards win, man. Give me that Wizards win. Hornets, obviously this is the game we're covering. Hornets over the Cavs. Bucks over the Pelicans. They're halfway through their second. 52-49. My goodness, there's no defense being played here. I'll tell you that. 53-49. They're halfway through the second quarter. No defense being played whatsoever. Nets Thunder locked in a tight one. The Thunder look awful. I'm not watching this game, but my goodness, you're locked in a tight one with the Brooklyn Nets, and it's 30-26 with 7 minutes to go in the second. A far cry of that Bucks game. What's going on here? Harnstein, Holmgren, Dort, Aaron Wiggins, Kason Wallace. And nobody can buy basket. Wiggins is 0 for 4. Kason Wallace is 0 for 3. Looking rough. Caruso's 0 for 5. My goodness. All right, here we go. We're back into our game. Trey Mann bringing it down. Approaching the end of this third quarter here. Trey Mann just loses the handle on the ball. And then when trying to dive and save it, falls into Schroeder. And it's a foul on Trey Mann. And it's just side out of bounds for the Cavs here. Benzino said, how come Phoenix lost so bad last night? Just eyefuls of trash. No, they are in the bonus, so it's 2 free throws for Dennis Schroeder. They are trailing by 3 currently. FF2 said, not going to lie, if we had Moose, he would lock up Jared Allen. It's not a difficult thing to lock up Jared Allen. I'll tell you that. As a Knicks fan, not a difficult thing to lock up Jared Allen. Absolutely agree with you, FF2. Benzino said, we read that one. Craner said James Harden is Game 6 best I can do. Is 4 for 17 from the field. That's if he takes 17 shots, but yeah. Honestly, he's just like, hey, man, you guys do it. I'm going to go stand out on the wing over here. Y'all play 5-on-4. That's James Harden right there. Trey Mann driving it down. Schroeder did knock down both, and Trey Mann turns it over yet again. We got to get Trey Mann out of the game, man. Here comes Keon Ellis. They swing it over to Mitchell. Mitchell down the lane. Lefty layup. Got it to go. Past P.J. Hall. Nice athletic move for Donovan Mitchell. And the Cavs take a 1-point lead again. You just got to survive the end of this third. Get the ball out of Trey Mann's hands, man. He's driving it down, shovels it down low to P.J. Hall, who gets blocked at the rim by Thomas Bryant. Here comes Mitchell pushing the other way. Mitchell, Euro steps down the lane. Ball knocked out of his hands. It's going to stay here with the Cavs. Good defense from Pat Connaughton there. Dre, what's up, Dre? Crandon said Sun's been on the losing streak. They got to get healthy again, right? Trey Mann and Antonio Reeves come out. Rough night for Trey Mann. They get it into Donovan Mitchell in the right corner, being guarded by Zion James. Mitchell's going to dance with it, step back right corner three. Can't get it to go, and his tumultuous shooting night continues. 30 seconds to go. Zion James bringing it down. Hornets trail by 1. It's been a back-and-forth affair most of the night. Cavs at one point went up by 14, but then the Hornets roared back. Zion James has it up top. Dancing with it. Coming to his right. Maybe a little too much dancing. Not a single pass this possession. And then the fall-away jumper draws the foul on Donovan Mitchell, sending him to the foul line for 2. FF2 said, Trey Mann such a ball hog. You should not have to worry about that much longer with the arrival of Kobe White, right? Once the team gets their suspended players back, you get Kobe White back in the lineup, or Kobe White in the lineup for the first time, because he had to play for the Hornets. You should not be subjected to Trey Mann basketball from that point on. Sun said, I could say Booker got hurt, Brooks suspended, Grayson Allen out, and new lineup experiments. Yeah, get healthy, get your team back, get your roster in order, and then go on a run going into the playoffs. Right, you got 20-something games left. We're almost there, the stretch run. Zion James knocks down both free throws, giving them the 1-point lead back. 89-88, 14 seconds to go. Cavs will have the final shot of the quarter. Mitchell coming to his right. PJ Hall switched onto him, down the lane, takes a bump, knocks down the layup anyway. No foul call. Knuepple bringing it down, shot clock running down. He's going to give it the half-court heave, and he's not even going to be close, and that's going to be the end of our third quarter. Throw 12 minutes on the clock. It's a 1-point game. May the best team win. FF2 said, I know if he knew how to pass, he would be good. He needs to learn from a good player. How old is Trey Mann now? I feel like kind of is who he is. Obviously, there's always room for improvement, but how old is Trey Mann now? So he is 25, still young, still a ton of time and room for improvement, obviously, for Trey Mann. He had a good season last year, but then not have to worry about playing good basketball, good winning basketball, because the Hornets were not good last year and were injured all over the place. But this season, 7 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 36.5% from the field. This is really the big issue, because even if it is about passing, stop being a ball hog and whatnot, you can't be 36.5% from the field. I don't think he's going to get another opportunity in the NBA. This might be it for him. We'll see if another team decides to give him an opportunity. Maybe a team that's still tanking or looking to lose. We'll see, how the lottery goes and who wins picks and who drafts who. But, man, 36.7, we're 60 games into the season. There's no defending this, There's no defending this. We could say he's, ball hog, he's got to learn how to pass the ball a little bit more, but you can't even justify the ball hog, because he's not been a very efficient scorer at all this year. Now, it could be a down year. Could be just a down year. He did have a good season last year, which, allowed him to win his way into rotation minutes this year, but has not been good at all. I've not been a fan. I was a fan of him last year. Not a big fan, but, I was like, oh, yeah, look at the potential there for Trey Mann. He's blossoming down there in Charlotte. And this season, it's just been the exact opposite. And I think part of it is last year he had carte blanche to do whatever he wanted because they weren't trying to win basketball games, especially with all the injuries they dealt with and where they were in the standings at that point. This year, obviously, big, nice run here. Now they're in the play-in. They're looking to win some basketball games. They're looking to make a nice, decent run, get into the playoffs. And Trey Mann has not played winning basketball, even when he's gotten opportunities like tonight. FF2 said Pass should be a bench player over him? Probably. Yeah, probably go with the veteran there. You're not wrong about that one, brother. You're not wrong about that one, FF2. Here come the Cavs. Dennis Schroeder has it up top. Coming to his right, off of Thomas Bryant's screen, driving it down. Against Salon, mid-range pull-up jumper. Can't get it to go. Good boxing out and rebound. Pat Connaughton picks it up. Kicks it out to Knuepple, bringing it down. Extra pass to Jean Salon. Wide open three. Can't get it to go. Here come the Cavs off the rebound. Bringing it down the other way. Schroeder tries to spin off of Knuepple, knocked out of bounds. Dennis Schroeder looking for a foul call. He doesn't get it. Ball's just going to go right back to the Hornets. Ball gets it over to Connaughton. Connaughton up top. Gets it over to Knuepple. Knuepple kicks it out to Jean Salon from the right corner. Can't get that one to go either. So Jean Salon is like 1 for 5 from 3 so far tonight. It's not been good. He is overall 1 for 6. He might be 1 for 6 from 3. Donovan Mitchell, left wing 3. And that's how you do it to Jean Salon. He buries the left wing 3. He's not shot it well tonight, but he got that one to go down. 4-point lead for the Cavs as they open up this fourth quarter. Finally, somebody scored. Lamelo Ball has it up top. They swing it out to Connaughton. Hands it back off the ball. Ball coming to his left. Gets caught in the air. Takes the contact. And he's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. With 10:46 to go. Susan said, my cat has had an attitude. My cat has had an attitude lately because she hasn't heard Chevy say Deuce. Her name is Deucey. Hello, seriously? I do miss Deuce. I do miss my guy Deuce, man. Lamelo knocks down his first free throw. He's got another one coming. I think the Knicks also very much miss Deuce McBride. We got a 3-point game going. Melo at the foul line for one more. Lamelo knocks down both. Melo's knocked down all his free throws so far tonight. Thomas Bryant has it up top, hits Mitchell cutting back door, throws up the floater in the paint, got it to go. Donovan Mitchell looking to get it going here in the fourth quarter. He's a very good fourth quarter player. Donovan Mitchell tends to show up in these fourths. Ball has it on the left wing. Stops, picks up his handle. Pivots and spins, gets it over to Salon, back to Ball. Left corner 3, can't get it to go. Long rebound, Salon battles for it, wins it out. Gets it over to Knuepple. Left wing 3 for Knuepple on the relocation. In and out, can't get it to stay. Battle on the glass for the rebound. And a loose ball foul on Kalkbrenner. He's going to give the ball back to the Cavs here with 10 to go. Craner said, I'm sure as a Knicks fan you're hoping for the Hornets. I'm sure. For sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think either way, it's not that big of a deal for me as a Knicks fan personally, because after what we saw the Knicks do last night, they don't even deserve for me to root for them tonight. So tonight I'm rooting for as good of a basketball ending as we can get, but it would be beneficial for my Knicks if the Cavs lost tonight. 10 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter. Cavs holding on to a 4-point lead. It's been a very slow start to the quarter. Joseph, what's up, Joe? FF2 said, not going to lie, Salon draft was top 4 in this draft, but that draft was and Steph Castle was the best player from that draft, in my opinion. Reza Shea was a bad first pick. Who went second in that draft? Alex Sarr. I like Alex Sarr a lot. And then who went third? Did Steph Castle go third? And then Salon went 4? Is that what happened? Is that how that worked out? Either way, I liked Salon. I liked Reza Shea. Obviously, they both went too high in their draft, but that was a very bad draft. Keon Ellis with the pump fake off the offensive rebound from the Cavs, and then he ends up throwing it away. And then the Hornets almost throw it away. Pat Connaughton has it up top. Good defense from the Cavs. A bad pass out to Salon. Salon kicks it back up top to Knuepple. Knuepple coming to his right, driving it down. Stops, leans in, fall away baseline. Got it to go for Knuepple. And his strong night continues. He's now up to 29 here. Mitchell spins off of Knuepple, gets to the rim, scoop layup, gets it to go down, gets the friendly roll off the back of the rim for Donovan Mitchell. He's getting active here in this fourth quarter. He's up to 26. He's 8 for 20 from the field now, working his way back to 50%. Lamelo dancing with it up top, coming to his right, driving it down. He's made his last 5 shots, by the way. Lamelo knocks down a floater. 5 straight makes for Donovan Mitchell as he's getting it going. Now Lamelo with an answer. Still a 2-point game. Dennis Schroeder attacking, going along the baseline, and a foul on to Jean Salon. Dennis Schroeder does a really good job of selling it there. Under 9 to go. Joseph said the Pistons are too good this season. They are. I mean, technically they have the best record in the league. So, absolutely. Absolutely. James Harden's back in. Dennis Schroeder gets it into Keon Ellis. They take Donovan Mitchell out. I mean, he was cooking. I don't know if I'd take him out. I know that's the usual rotation, but sometimes you got to go against the usual rotation. The players got it going. Dennis Schroeder straight away 3, can't get it to go. Rebound goes right into Naquan Tomlin. Right place, right time. Now he's going to pull it all the way back out and get it out to Harden. Harden with the time running down, puts up the 3. Got it to go for James Harden. He needed it. Cavs needed it. Needed somebody other than Donovan Mitchell to make a shot. Here comes Knuepple bringing it down. Knuepple has it up top, being guarded by Keon Ellis. They get over to Lamelo Ball. Ball on the left wing, over the top pass to Knuepple, chased off the line by Ellis. And then Ellis fouls Knuepple. So he was driving into the paint. It's a foul on the pass attempt, though. So it's side out of bounds still for the Hornets here. But a fresh 14 on their shot clock. It's a 5-point game. Drew said, there's Harden. He showed up just for you. Susan asked, where's Harden? And then he showed right up. Knocked down the 3. We'll see if he's got anything else in store for us. We got a timeout here. I hope that's not a challenge. Doesn't look like it. The commentary did not indicate that it was a challenge. So I don't think it is. I think it's just a normal timeout. Want to give the guys a breather. It's been a very slow start here in the fourth quarter. A lot of stoppages in the play so far. A couple of fouls. A couple of off-ball fouls. Having to inbound it a couple of times. Henrik Huckleberry. What's up, Henrik? As a queer man, it's important for me to have a safe space. This administration has been prosecuting us since day one. Not the place for it, brother. Not the place for that kind of conversation, brother. But wishing you the best. FF2 said, what happened to Brandon Miller? Yeah, interesting. We haven't seen Brandon Miller yet. I'm sure he'll come in around now, the 8-minute mark. Right? We have Knuepple, we have Ball. Obviously, got to expect Brandon Miller to come in at some point. Was he in foul trouble? I don't think he was in foul trouble. I didn't even realize that, where's his name? I just saw his name. Xavier Tillman is on the Hornets. I know we saw him earlier in the game, but did not realize. Scott Schumann, what's up, Scott? If we watched the game together at a bar, I wouldn't get a word in because Knicks fans? What does that mean, brother? What do you mean by that? Jason said, dang, I came in here and first comment I see is a bot potting hard. Yeah. Yeah, what's going on with Brandon Miller? He's only played 15 minutes tonight. He is in foul trouble, actually. He's got 4 fouls. I did not even realize. He's got 4 fouls. It's funny, the last time we watched him play, he was also in foul trouble. Obviously, they're going to need him. So this should be Hornets ball, I believe. They put Salon's box score up. He's got 10 points, 11 rebounds, 7 of them being offensive rebounds. Just dominated the glass tonight against Jared Allen. Jared Allen's not in the game right now. We'll check it in a second. But Kalkbrenner with 10 and 11, 7 of them being, you can't see it, 10 of them, 7 of his 11 rebounds being offensive. FF2 said he'll come back in at 5 or 6 minutes. He's in right now. He's in. They put Brandon Miller back in. All right, here we go. They get it in. Knuepple gets it over to Brandon Miller. Miller has it up top. They get it over to Kalkbrenner. Hands it off the ball. Ball driving to his right. Down the lane. High off glass. Can't get it to go. Wild rebound. Harden pulls it down. They're bringing it down the other way. Harden has it up top. Dancing with it. Coming to his left. Down the lane. High off glass himself. He can't get it to go. Wild rebound again on the other end. And Lamelo pushing it the other way. And then a foul on Naquan Tomlin. And that should be a transition take foul. That should be a transition take foul. Should be a free throw in the ball. And they're not going to give him the transition take foul. It's just going to be side out of bounds. Yeah, that's a transition take foul if I've ever seen one. The fact that we're not calling those anymore is just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous how poorly the game or how different games are officiated from start to finish throughout the NBA season, man. It's crazy. Brandon Miller can't knock down the straightaway three. He had a decent look at it. Off some movement. Harden now dancing with it. Puts up the three over Salon. Can't get it to go. Falls to the floor looking for the foul call. Doesn't get it. Knuepple able to secure the rebound after Kalkbrenner fought for it. Hit ahead to Sion James. James attacking to his right. Leans in. Steps through. Knocked out of his hands. Kalkbrenner picks it up. Kicks it out to Miller. Miller a three. Can't get it to go. Long rebound. And Dean Wade able to save it to Harden. And now Harden hit ahead to Ellis. Back to Harden. Harden has it up top straight away. Being guarded by James. Coming to his left. Off the Thomas Bryant screen. And an offensive foul on Thomas Bryant. And the Cavs getting a little frustrated here. Led by Thomas Bryant. But Naquan Tomlin also a little bit involved with that. In terms of losing their cool. They just showed the replay. Sion James definitely sells that a little bit. He's taking the fish flop. He's taking those fish flopping classes for sure. They get it over to Salon. Salon gets it over to Kalkbrenner. Kalkbrenner up top. Gets it over to Knuepple. Knuepple's got some space. Harden does a good job switching on to him, closing the airspace. They swing it over to Brandon Miller, though, open in the left corner. And he finally got one to go down, knocking down that three, knocking it back to a 2-point game. 100-98, 6:20 to go. Approaching the halfway point. Harden has it up top. Coming to his left off a high Jared Allen screen. Now he's in the paint. Throws up the floater off glass. Got it to go for James Harden. Back up by 4 they go. Sion James bringing it down. Coming to his left. Down the lane. Kicks it out to Knuepple. Knuepple back up top to James. They swing it over to Salon. Salon gets it over to Miller. Miller, jab step. One dribble pull up three. Can't get that one to go. Kalkbrenner is 8th offensive rebound though. Kicks it out to James inside to Miller. Miller at the foul line. Pulling it back out. Miller now going to attack. Down the lane. Off glass. Got it to go. And the foul past Harden. And Brandon Miller will go to the foul line for one more, can knock it back to a 1-point game, and we're past the halfway point of this fourth quarter. 5:48 exactly here to go. And Brandon Miller's got one free throw coming. Scott said, not a bod, just a Cavs fan. If Harden is fake, why are the Cavs happy? We weren't talking about you, Scott. It was another chat earlier that was not you. That comment was not directed to you, brother. Harden bringing it down. Has it on the left wing. Harden coming to his left. They show two. Inside pass to Allen. Trying to bully his way into the paint. Goes up. Gets swatted out of there. Allen picks it up. And he's able to lay it up and in over Kalkbrenner. Miller did knock down his and one free throw, by the way. It's 101. 5:20 to go. Knuepple pulling it all the way back out. Tries to kick it up top to James. Ball got deflected, but they get it back to him. Now Knuepple up top. Crossing over on Harden. Down the lane. Gets into the paint. Kicks it out to Jean Salon, an open three. Can't get it to go, and he has been miserable tonight shooting from the perimeter. Here comes Donovan Mitchell bringing it down. He's back in. They got Mitchell, Harden, Wade, Allen, and Merrill. Their starting lineup back out there. Merrill attacking out of the corner, pulling it all the way back out, gets it out to Harden. 10 on the shot clock. Harden's going to look to dance. He's got Tajon Salon switched onto him. Harden likes this matchup. They show 2. They kick it out to Mitchell. Tacks it on the run. Kicks it out. Dean Wade. Left corner 3. Got it to go for Dean Wade. Big time shot for the Cavs. And they go up by 6 here, getting a little bit of breathing space. Here comes Sion James. They get over to Knuepple. Knuepple up top. Got to get Lamelo ball back into this game, man. You're going to let this one slide. Charles Lee get Lamelo back in. They get it over to Miller. Miller catches, pump fake, driving to his left, putting his head down, loses the handle, picks it back up, spins, kicks it out to Salon. Salon gets it back to Miller. Miller, a right wing 3. Well contested, can't get it to go. Not good offense from the Hornets right now. Without Lamelo on the court, they have no downhill drivers, nobody to crash the paint and get in there. A couple of players falling all over each other. Mitchell's just going to go one-on-one. Lost the ball out of bounds. Mitchell goes down hard. Oh, he's holding his face. Was looking for a foul call. He doesn't get it. Ball's going to go back to the Hornets. Scott said, I love my Cavs, but no one will respect them until they win. Brother, you had 2 really embarrassing playoff defeats in back-to-back seasons. Nothing you do in the regular season will matter. Respect will come with playoff success. And the Cavs have not had it so far in the Donovan Mitchell era. Kalkbrenner has it up top, being guarded by Allen. Hands it off to Knuepple. Knuepple, straight away 3 off the handoff. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Merrill rips it away from Kalkbrenner. Now here comes Harden. 107-101 still, 6-point lead. Harden, Euro steps down the lane, draws the foul. Can't get the floater to go, but he will go to the foul line for 2. Where is Lamelo? I'm not loving these Charles Lee substitutions. You want to see the best players go at it. Unless LaMelo's hurt or something, we don't know about it. You got to get Tajon Salon out of there. Harden knocks down his first free throw. He's got another one coming. Charles Lee now calls a timeout after the first free throw. We're going to get a stoppage in play. 108-101. Harden, when we come back out of this timeout, we'll have one more free throw coming. Joe said Harden's an insane player on offense. He is. He is. He can be, for sure. I saw Casey's comment. I almost choked on my water. He said Salon is shooting like the Knicks last night. I got something planned for last night. I got something planned for tomorrow night, I should say. I'm going to cosplay as the Knicks. Is the hint I'll give. We're going to do a Knicks cosplay. And you'll see what I mean by that when we go live tomorrow. Scott said, Allen has played like a beast last month. He has played much better. Started the year off really inconsistent, really slow. Did not play well. He's gotten significantly better these past couple of weeks. A lot of it also coinciding with James Harden's arrival. Obviously, it was before James Harden's arrival, but Jared Allen is a play finisher. And so you need a pick-and-roll player to play alongside of him, as good as Donovan Mitchell is. He's not much of a pick-and-roll passer. He can make that pass, but he's not a great pick-and-roll passer. And James Harden is a great one, right? Darius Garland was a great one. That's why Jared Allen and Evan Mobley both tend to play much better with Darius Garland out there. And now they went out and they got James Harden, who's just as good, if not a better pick-and-roll player in that regard. So Jared Allen, Evan Mobley should have a much easier time with James Harden in the lineup now. Jason said, you dressing up as a brick? I got something better. But you on the right track, Jason. You on the right track. Jordan said, I watch Harden a lot. His offense is solid. It is. He's getting up there in age. And he also has some very bad playoff performances in his career. So, he's got some demons to fight himself come playoff time. Joe said, who do the Knicks play tomorrow? They play the Houston Rockets. In Madison Square Garden, at least. But they play the Rockets. So another tough matchup for the Knicks. We could see a major slide from the Knicks here if they don't get their act together. All right, here we go. Checking back in. Harden will have his one more free throw here. Lamelo is back in the game. 3:30 to go. Waited a little too long to get him back in the game, in my opinion, but let's see. Harden is at the foul line. He's a knockdown free throw shooter. This should be an 8-point game. He's got one more free throw coming. It's already 108-101. And Harden does indeed knock it to 109-101. And LaMelo Ball will bring it down. 3:30 to go. Ball up top to get it over to Kalkbrenner. Kalkbrenner gets it over to James. James being guarded by Merrill. They get it over to Ball. Ball being guarded by Mitchell. A lot of standing around. 5 on the shot clock. Ball's going to have to make something out of nothing. They get over to Miller. Throws him a grenade. Miller has to launch it up there. Off the back rim. Can't get it to go. Battle on the glass. Good fight between Kalkbrenner and Allen. And it ends up in Wade's hands. And James Harden has it up top. And they'll wind down as much time as possible. Up by 8 here. I think Charles Lee's substitution patterns here were really bad. Waited way too long for Miller and then waited way too long for Ball. Fourth quarter, brother. Go win. Go win the basketball game. Screw your rotations. You're out so many rotation players. Put your best players on the floor. Tell them, guess what? You're going to have to play a lot today. And see if you can pull one out. Give the Cavs an opportunity. They took advantage of the situation. Now they find themselves up by 8 with the opportunity to go up by double figures here with under 3 to go. Harden throws up the floater. Can't get it to go. Jared Allen can't get the tip. Battle on the glass. Harden pulls it off. And then LaMelo was out of bounds when he knocked it out of Harden's hands. So it'll stay here with the Cavs and they get a fresh 14. Boom pasted. I can't see you cosplay as a Knicks fan. I got something planned for tomorrow. I'm cosplaying as the Knicks. I'll leave it at that. I can say for legal reasons. What's up, legal reasons? They hand it off to Harden. Harden driving it down. Stops, step back. Loses the hand on the ball. Maybe James picked it off. And then Harden knocked it loose. And then it goes out of bounds. It'll at least stay with the Hornets. Good defense from the Hornets there. Forced the turnover. Good defense from James. Hornets will bring it down now. Down by 8. Time not on their side now. Oh, no, that was good. That was Brandon Miller who stripped them of the ball. Good hands from Miller. What time is the game tomorrow? The game tomorrow is, I believe, 8 o'clock. Ball driving to his right, double step back, fall away 3 from LaMelo. Not a good look, but Knuepple chases down the long rebound. And they get it back to Ball. Ball crosses over to his right, loses the handle, picks it back up, gets caught in the air, saves it over to Knuepple, but Knuepple trapped in the coffin corner. Now they leave him. 1-on-1, fall away baseline jumper. Got it to go for Knuepple. His 31st point for Knuepple. He's been in fuego here today. He's 11 for 20 from the field for 31. Along with 7 made threes. 8:30 tomorrow. Thank you, Susan, but we'll be live at 8. Mitchell has it up top. It's an ABC game. Mitchell crossing over to his left. Down the lane, being guarded by Ball. He's got space, throws up his floater. Too strong, can't get it to go. Kalkbrenner good. Box out and rebound, but he can't hold on to it as Jared Allen sneakily rips it out of his hands. They swing it over to an open Dean Wade, and that might be the dagger for the Charlotte Hornets here tonight as Dean Wade knocks it down, giving them the 9-point lead. Unless Charlotte's got a quick answer here. Knuepple driving it down in the lane, throws up the jumper, gets fouled by Donovan Mitchell. Knuepple going to the foul line for 2. At least it stops the clock, but 1:30 to go. I forgot to start my timer. 1:30 to go. Legal reasons said, buddy, thanks for calling the game, sending light and good vibes from Florida. Appreciate you, legal reasons. Appreciate you. Joseph said, I've never heard of the coffin corner. Coffin corner is in the deep corner of the court. Because if you bring a double team there, it's like having 4 defenders around you. You have the 2 baselines and you have 2 defenders on you. So they had Knuepple trapped in the coffin corner with 2 defenders on him, and then 1 defender eventually left and allowed Knuepple to go 1-on-1. And just knocked down the 2 free throws. 7-point game, 1:20 to go. Not looking good for the Charlotte Hornets here. Cavs are going to wind down the time as much as possible to keep this lead alive. Harden has it up top. They score a basket here. Harden crossing over down the lane and throws it out of bounds. Hornets have a little bit of life. Got a little bit of life. They're going to have to go quick. Melo Ball has it up top. Pull a pass inside to Miller. Miller goes up for the layup, draws the foul, and gets the layup over Harden. And this is the James Harden we all know. Can absolutely throw a game away at times. Couple of really bad mistakes here from Harden, including this silly touch foul, as he just lost track of Brandon Miller just standing in the corner, not watching who he's supposed to. Brother, you're in the fourth quarter. And then he gives him a little touch foul. Brandon Miller knocks down the free throw. It's a 4-point game. James Harden, buddy, what are you doing, big dog? Here comes Donovan Mitchell bringing it down against Knuepple. Knuepple trying to apply a little full court pressure. Mitchell not too worried about it. Mitchell has it up top. Again, he's going to wind down as much time as possible. We're now down to 10 on the shot clock. Crossing over to his left, snaking it back to his right. Foul line pull-up jumper. Gets a friendly roll up the front of the rim for Donovan Mitchell. Nice big-time clutch shot. Back up to 6 it goes. Brandon Miller bringing it down, trying to go quickly, putting his head down, attacking in the lane, lefty layup. Can't get it to go, but Kalkbrenner with a two-handed putback slam over Jared Allen. He's got 9 offensive rebounds today, I believe. My goodness, he's dominated the glass over Allen. Here comes Donovan Mitchell, gets fouled by Knuepple. Knuepple going for the steal, but they are in intentional foul range here with 26 seconds to go. They're down by 4. Scott said, thanks for the game. Good luck, Knicks, and go Cavs. Appreciate you, Scott. Appreciate you, brother. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Salon's going to come in for Kalkbrenner. They need a big body who can knock down a 3, so they put in Salon here. 12 points, 13 rebounds for Ryan Kalkbrenner. Nice night for him. 26 seconds to go. Joseph Taylor said, Cavs win, let's go. I mean, up by 4 with 26 seconds left. Should absolutely be able to pull this one off. But we've seen miracles happen before. Mitchell gets it into Harden. Harden being guarded by James. They show a double team. They get it back to Mitchell. Mitchell has to be fouled. And Lamelo does the foul. It's his 5th foul, right? Only his 3rd. Brandon Miller's the one with 4 fouls. Donovan Mitchell going to the foul line for 2. He's a knockdown free throw shooter, so this should ice the game here. Donovan Mitchell at the foul line for 2. They have a 4-point lead. If he knocks down both of these, it'll give them a 6-point lead. It'll be at most, or at least, a 2-possession game with the Hornets then forced to be in a position to rush it down and maybe even look for a quick 3. Mitchell knocks the first one down, knocking it to a 5-point game. Mitchell's 9 for 10 from the foul line tonight. 85% shooter. Technically, he's due for a miss. But he does not give it to them. A perfect second free throw. They get it into Lamelo. Lamelo's going to try to quickly push it the other way. Hit ahead. Brandon Miller coming to his left off a screen. Pull up straightaway 3. Got it to go for Brandon Miller. It's a 3-point game with 16 seconds to go. They get it into Mitchell, and he has to be fouled by Kalkbrenner again, so more free throws for Donovan Mitchell. Oh, timer's still going. Timer's about to tick off. Not that big of a deal. 15 seconds to go. 3-point lead for the Cavs, but Donovan Mitchell at the foul line for 2. Donovan Mitchell 10 for 11 from the foul line tonight. Just shot 2 perfect free throws. Make that 3 perfect free throws in a row here in clutch time. PJ Hall comes in for Lamelo here. So they do have 2 timeouts remaining, so they're going to hope for a miss. Probably going to call a timeout anyway, make or miss. And 2 perfect free throws for Donovan Mitchell, and there goes the timeout. 5-point game, 15 seconds to go. Not impossible, highly unlikely, but not impossible. We've seen crazier things happen in the NBA. Foonpay said, thanks, Sheffy. I did not have the proper subscription to watch the game. I'm just trusting whatever you said. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Foonpay. Yeah, I mean, we've done the terrible subscription model that the NBA is leaning into, rant multiple times. I'm watching it through my NBA League Pass account. I've linked my League Pass account with my Amazon Prime account so that I could just watch them because NBA.com sucks as a platform. So it's much easier and a much better player to watch it through Amazon Prime, unfortunately. Not that I want to support Amazon, but in order to watch basketball games, you got to be subscribed. Joseph said, can you change the timer, Chef? The timer gives me anxiety. I can let it tick down to 0. And I can just tell you right now, there's only 15 seconds to go, so I can let it tick down to 0 if you don't want to see the 4 anymore. So the Hornets will inbound it here. They're down by 5, 118-113. 15 seconds to go. They get it into ball, falling out of bounds 3, way off. Cavs pick it up, and that will end the game right there. And that will end it. Last thing we can do real quick, we can go around the league. So Brandon Miller ends up with 18, only played 23 minutes, dealt with some foul issues yet again for Brandon Miller. Got to clean that up. Kalkbrenner with 12 and 13, really nice game for him. 9 offensive rebounds for Kalkbrenner. Lamelo with 18 and 2 and 6 with only 2 turnovers. Decent game for Lamelo, 4 for 17 from the field, 2 for 10 from 3. Not a good shooting night. Sion James. I keep wanting to call him Sion because of Zion Williamson, but it's Sion James. Sion James, 5 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. Do-it-all guy. He's their version of Josh Hart. Say it all the time. Every team has a version of Josh Hart. Sion James is theirs. Knuepple, 33 points. He was the star of the show for the Hornets, but did not do enough, or the other guys did not do enough. Brandon Miller also 6 for 19 from the field, 4 for 12 from 3. So honestly, the 2 other guys, letting down Knuepple a little bit, who had a fantastic night, 7 for 15 from 3. 11 for 20 from the field. He was fantastic tonight. 6 boards, 2 assists as well. Didn't get a ton of help off the bench. Josh Green did chip in 11, which was nice. He was the only guy to get active here tonight. Outside of that, Pat Connaughton with 5, Trey Mann with 3, Antonio Reeves with 3. They were just trying to put healthy bodies out there. Tajon Salon, 1 for 6 from 3 for him. So rough night for him as well. And the Cavs, didn't have the greatest night, but they did just enough. Jared Allen, another good game from him, 26 and 14, 11 for 15 from the floor. Did a great job of finishing inside and being strong with the ball tonight for the most part. He did allow 9 offensive rebounds to Kalkbrenner. James Harden with 18, 3 and 8, still learning his way on the team, still building chemistry with guys. Donovan Mitchell with 32, padded the stats a little bit down the end because Charlotte had to play the foul game a little bit. So really had like a 27, 28-point night, but padded the stats just a little bit. Knocked down all of his free throws. Love to see that. 12 for 13 from the foul line. Perfect. Beautiful. You guys know I love me some made free throws. Sam Merrill, 2 for 4 from 3, 4 for 6 from the field. Really surprised we didn't see more. Jalen Tyson, who had 17 minutes tonight, he did knock down 1 3. Shooting 47% from three-point range and have Sam Merrill in the starting lineup over him. I'm not in love with that decision, but either way. Keon Ellis played 24 minutes tonight. 4 points, 4 boards, 3 assists, did a little bit of everything. A turnover, 2 steals. He was good. He was solid. And Miami's blowing out Atlanta now. But, yeah, overall, honestly, Jared Allen, Donovan Mitchell, James Harden just kind of outdueled. Their top 3 outdueled the Hornets' top 3. And that was the deciding factor in the game tonight. It was a close one. Came down to the stretch there. So let's go around the league real quick. Heat dominating the Hawks now. They're going to win that game. They got 3 minutes to go in the 4th. Timberwolves, only a 10-point lead over the Mavs. The Mavs do a really good job of being feisty out there. You got the Bucks over the Pelicans. Interesting. Hornets lost. So if the Bucks win today, I believe the Hornets are now would be out of the play-in situation. Oh, no, maybe not. I think they'd still be maybe a half game ahead, but they'd be 1 back in the loss column. So a tough loss for the Hornets. And if the Bucks can pull this victory off against the Pelicans with Giannis waiting in the wings to come back in, could be tough. The Thunder have finally blown it open against the Nets, to be expected. It was a slow start, but they finally got it going. As far as the games that have ended, the Wizards did end up beating the Pacers. Shout out to Washington Wizards. As a Knicks fan, we own that Wizards pick. If it falls out of the top 8, probably not going to fall out of the top 8, but either way. Still got to root for Wizards wins. You never know. Lottery gods could be on our side this season. And then the Grizzlies beat the Jazz. As always, the Jazz find ways to lose down the stretch. Second half, so they were leading majority of the game, and then second half came around. They only scored 21 in the third, 26 in the fourth, while the Grizzlies got it going 32-36, ended up pulling away and winning it in the second half. But I'm sure, we could just find the Jazz again. I'm sure that'll keep them from tanking and not playing their guys, but, but like I said, we will be live tomorrow. We'll probably only going to cover the one game tomorrow. There was another game I wanted to cover, maybe Magic Suns. But I am out at work. If I can get home before 3 o'clock, which I probably should be able to, then I'll rush to get this game up and loaded. But we will be live 100% for sure for Rockets Knicks at 8:30. So we'll be live at 8. Without a doubt, we'll be live at 8. Maybe we'll be live at 4:30 or 5 for Magic Suns, right? Either way, keep an eye out for it. We'll be live at least for the Knicks game tomorrow, but maybe more. Definitely Sunday we'll be live for more. This will be a fun one. Cavs Thunder, this should be fun. Even if they're not fully healthy, the Thunder should still be fun. And then maybe we'll do like Nuggets Warriors at 3:30, and then we got the Knicks later that night at 8, right? So we'll have a little bit of time between Nuggets Warriors and the Knicks at 8. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me here tonight. That's going to wrap up our coverage of the NBA here tonight. I also have to update the membership. I have not updated this in a couple weeks since we came back from the break. So, or since before we went out to the break. Either way, O to Austin, K Hazy, Sons Jen, Foongpeg, Joseph. Appreciate you guys as always. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. Thank you for hanging out with us as a whole. We will be back tomorrow as usual, hopefully for 2 games, but definitely for our Knicks game coverage because we don't miss Knicks games. But I am going to try and do at least one more game tomorrow. Definitely more than one game on Sunday, that's for sure. We're going 7 days a week this week because the Knicks happen to have back-to-back on the weekend here, which they haven't had all season long, but they have it this weekend. So that'll be fun. And we will be back, of course. So remember, brush your teeth before bed, stay hydrated, and I'll catch you on the next one. Good night, everybody. Bye.